what's up, Carl?
How you doing, Bug?
Man, chilling, bro. What you got going on?
Not much, not much.
Man, I see. Hit the like button. I see. We live now. I see we live now. Man, y'all hit that like button when y'all come in, man. What's going on, everybody? That's watching, bro. It's the Tackleberry Beezy and Mr. Howard himself. You know what I'm saying? The guy that makes places to put your thumb besides somewhere else that we talk about on Friday. So y'all check it out, Funky Friday this Friday. You know what I'm saying? AKA slash Freaky Friday. Last week, we had some interesting things going on Funky Friday. It would have been an awesome live that would have went viral. Shout out to Guns of Barbecue. Damn, that's who I forgot to send a link to. Shout out to Guns of Barbecue. And to that pervert that came on the live Friday. Stay away.
What's your honorary guest?
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't my honorary guest. That was your guest because you was up there. I was the only one shocked. Yeah, I went back and looked at the footage, and my mouth was like, "Oh hell no!" I was like in frenzy mode, trying to get him up out of there, and you just was like, and then you did this to me, like Bug. They leave it all there long enough. What's up, dear meat? What's going on, bro? I sent you the link, man. Tonight is a good topic, bro. Like tonight, I really want to get into it, man. It's a real awesome topic. You know what I'm saying? Because it's something you got to think about, bro. Like real talk. It's 1 minute. We ain't finna jump directly in it right now, but you know what I'm saying? But I think it's a good topic, y'all. Something that we need to talk about and something that you need to think about. And you need to really like look at your life and be like, how could that happen to me? You know what I'm saying? I know I was talking to Carl earlier, you guys, and Carl was like, it won't happen. It won't happen over here because it'll be like Kuwait. We'll get him up out of here quick. But I'm just saying, I'm really thinking like, how many people really gonna be? How many people really prepared? Oh man, look out, man. We got a special guest in the building, y'all. I mean, somebody that graced his face, blessed us with his presence in such a long time. Officer Tenpenny himself, the coppers. Man, we got Detective Diesel in the building.
Yo, what's going on?
Man, what's going on? How you doing? I like the new background back there.
I appreciate it.
Man, what's going on, brother?
Nothing much, man. How y'all doing?
Man, we doing fine, man. You know what I'm saying? I seen your little story on IG, man. I've been intending to call you because I got to go out to Goldsburg. I got to go out there, I think, not this weekend, next weekend.
Right.
Yeah, I got to go out there next weekend. And y'all forgive me, man. Children.
Carl, what's going on with you, man? How you been?
Hey, how you doing, Diesel?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Good, man. Can't complain.
Getting a little cold out here. Trying to smoke this cigar at my friend's house. Getting a little cold out here.
You up north, huh?
Nah, I'm in North Carolina, man. It's
East.
At night it gets a little cool at night.
Yeah.
Man, how cold is it out there right now? Is it cold on your side, Carl?
No, it's like 60 in Texas.
Yeah, it's like
Here, Texas, like 63.
It's like 49 right now, I think it is.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool especially we've been having this 90 and triple digit weather down here in Texas. I done got tropical, you know what I'm saying? Say, man, I'm telling you, I done got tropical, brother. Like, man, it's been so goddamn hot. And I mean, it's not even a regular heat. It was like, if you ever been around some something that generates radiation, you know what I'm saying? That type of heat.
Right.
Like, man, this heat, man, I don't even know this. I don't even think this summer was real, bro. I think we live in some type of twilight zone or something, dog. It was hot as hell. You know what I'm saying, bro? It was hot as hell out here, man. What's good, dear me? Man, so how the life been with you, man? How you getting your officers and stuff up, or how things been going?
Yeah, man. Actually, man, I've been able to hire a few, man, and so things are starting to look. I still got a few holes, but I got 2 in the process right now, man, and that's going to put me where I'm gonna be good for a little while, man. Hopefully they'll stick with me. You know what I'm saying? But it's been a ride, bro. It's been a ride. I've been just busy with work and the chief stuff and trying to get all that stuff done, and it's been a lot. It's been a lot.
So what is it that you can't find adequate candidates, or the pay ain't good, or what's your biggest hurdle, man?
Well, it's not the fact that I can't find good candidates. It's the fact that the pay has changed so much. So when I started, the average pay for a police department was right at 40,000, and now it's going up to like 62.
Bro, what's
And
going on,
that's
dude?
just in my area. You know, cost of living in North Carolina ain't
Atlanta.
nowhere near like a lot of places, right? So 62,000, man, that's a lot of money for somebody just being a rookie straight out of the academy.
Academy, yeah.
So it's like, my department can't pay nobody 62,000. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
We still at the $40,000-$45,000 range. You know what I'm saying? So we
right.
struggling trying to find people to come over, but I've got a lot of guys that's like experienced, and they know like chasing the money in law enforcement will get you in trouble. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not about the money; it's more about having somewhere secure you can work and working towards that retirement. Because a lot of people don't understand, man. We retire. Like I'm gonna be retiring in about 8 to 9 years. I'll be 49. I'll be 48, 49 when I retire. Right. So I'll get a full supplemental retirement that's going to pay me 95% of my actual my four most highest paid years.
Wait a minute. How old are you now?
I'm
Denzel?
41.
Man, you lying to me.
Yeah, I'm 41.
Dude, hold up. Bro, I thought you was like 50, 52. Because this why I'm gonna say that. I know you was now listen. Don't even take it as a dig, bro. I know you was an officer at another department.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know too many chiefs that's 41 years old, bro. Not even at a high school police department, bro.
Right. I mean,
You get what I'm saying?
I was a very young chief. I was.
Yeah.
But I started early also. You know what I'm saying? So my experience at 39 when I became the chief was a lot more than any other candidate that had actually applied for the job. So that's what put me above them, because I've done so much with the state, the federal government, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and I started when I was so young. You know what I'm saying? I've been carrying a gun since I was 18
Damn.
in uniform. You know what I'm saying? Because I
Security?
started off armed security, and then I went over to law enforcement. You know what I'm saying? So it was just one of them things that worked out for me at the time. So, but a lot of people chase the money when it comes to law enforcement, man. You really got to think about that retirement, man. That retirement comes in handy, because you think about it. You retire at 49, you go work somewhere else for another 5 years, you get a second retirement. You know what I'm saying? So like you living good after that.
What is it, 25 years?
No. All you got to do is get 5 years to be vested somewhere.
What's up, Jake?
Oh,
So
okay.
If you're already retired at 30, so you got to work 30 years. But see, the 30 years, you can gain enough sick time to take off 4 to 5 years off of those 30. So you can essentially retire in 27 to 28 years. I'm gonna retire after 28 years, and then I'm gonna have to take sick time for the rest of my 2 years to get my full 30. And then I'll be able to get another job, working somewhere else full time, and then or I can go
get the retirement
and still get another. As long as I work somewhere 5 years, get vested somewhere, you can get another retirement at the retirement age. You know what I'm saying? So.
Man, that's awesome. Cause look, check it out, bro. What's so crazy? Back in the game before they changed it up, that was before David Brown went to Chicago. Because they used to be our chief. They used to be our chief. So before David Brown left, all my partners was like everybody was trying to reach retirement age, because Dallas police for work paid more than Dallas. They paid more. But all Dallas police chiefs that back then, before they bought their building and messed up their pension, they retired millionaires, bro. I mean, millionaires. Like, their retirement was like Dallas police didn't pay nothing, but everybody kept saying that back end. They said, for work, get you on the front end, but Dallas gets you on the back end.
That's what a lot of people don't understand, man. That back end is crazy.
That back end.
I got a guy that just retired. He just retired. He retired. He retired as a lieutenant for me, and he's been retired for like 6 months now. This man bought 2 cars and a house.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? Like he done came up for it. And it's because even though I wasn't paying him that much on his last years of working, he had 4 years prior within that 30 years that they went off of, because it goes off your 4 highest paid years. Wow. So you can make $160,000 to $300,000 for 4 years, and then go back to making $40,000. They're gonna go off that $300,000.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So my time at the state was over 150. that was 8 years. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get retirement off of that, even though I'm not making that money right now. I'm making that money when I retire.
And I was looking at it down here, like a couple of my buddies. One of my buddies, he got 2 years to retire. He was supposed to retire this year, but he keep hollering 2 years, 2
Right.
years. And one of my buddies, he retired from the hospital, so he went back to Midlothian Police Department. So he's already getting a retirement, and he's like 56. So he's trying to make it to the retirement age and get him that 5. So he said he can get the double. So now I see it makes sense now what you're saying.
Yeah. That's what a lot of guys doing, man. You got some guys that's getting 3 retirements.
And Allen Police, I was looking at this for Allen Police. They were starting out at 74,000.
Wow.
So think if you got that experience, you're gonna make 6 figures.
Right.
I was like, man, but I'm like you perfect. Y'all got crime, but once you know your people, you can you can adjust and be like, I know when it's gonna get real. I know who to get real or who not, because they don't have that no more on police in the big cities no more. You get what I'm saying? You remind me when I was growing up at home, the police knew everybody in his sector. You feel me? He knew everybody in his sector.
I know all the important people in my town, man. They come up and talk to me, and everybody's good with me, until until somebody get pulled over and they get a ticket, they get mad about that. But for the most part, man, everybody cool with me, man. I don't really have no kind of problems when it comes to my town, man. They're good people.
And then you can get information that nobody else can't give because you got that relationship. Community policing, see, that's old, that's dead. Because these new cops, all they running and gunning. Like, man, this is not Kuwait, bro.
Oh yeah.
This ain't Kuwait, man. Come on, man. This is United States of America. But that's why I reached out to you, bro, because of tonight's topic, man. I'm glad Jay the Shooter up in here. Shout out to Jay the Shooter, man. I appreciate you coming in. OG Tank, what's up, baby? What's up, Chan? Man, look, I'm gonna ask you this, bro. The night's topic is, what do you do? Because we got all these foreign adult military age males coming through the border by the thousands, daily. In Eagle Pass, Texas, down there on the southern border. And this ain't no women and children, y'all. These are like fit. I mean, these people on the trains, fit, grown, and my mind is so, bro. I don't think of the box. My mind is everywhere. I'm looking at Israel is one of the most secure countries. I mean, they taught anti-terrorism. Yeah. They invented it. Counterterrorism, they invented that, bro. They invented the way the majority of the SWAT teams work in the United States. They invented that. They gave United States Special Forces tactics. You feel me?
Yeah.
So if they can be infiltrated by the ground, and then they had the Iron Dome. Everybody know about the Iron Dome. The Iron Dome ain't no joke. But they were smart enough to saturate the Iron Dome with 5,000 rockets. And then got ground people coming in. The military can't adjust for that. They can't adjust for that. So think about it. We got all these people coming in this in the United States, undocumented. We don't know where they come from. We don't know their background. We don't know if they full of disease. So if you kill them, they're gonna spread something. You don't know if they coming in here, they're a splinter cell, and you don't know if you don't know nothing.
Right.
You just know they entered the United States, and once they here, you don't know where they go because you don't got no documentation on them. And what if somebody hit a switch, or just like I'm just hypothetically speaking, a balloon come and they see that balloon and then that's they go. A balloon made it across the Montana that wasn't supposed to make it past Hawaii.
Yeah.
With the technology, United States is superior in technology. Why a lot of people can't beat us, it ain't because of our force. Our force is diminished. Decreased military funding has diminished since the fucking 80s, since I was a kid. But we have technology. We got JDAMs, we got all these missiles, and man, we got technology out the yin yang. So we whoop people with technology. But think about it. We already got, this is a hypothetical right here, Diesel. You in the Carolinas, me and Carl in Texas, Dear Meat in Mississippi. What if 1,000 of them people in each city in the United States activate?
Man, I mean,
what do you do?
Listen, you're gonna have to wait for that first wave to go through first, buddy, before you stick your head up out out the sand. You need to wait for that first wave to go through first. I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to wait. Hey, listen, there's a lot of heroes out there, but that day you don't need to be one. You need to
No,
let that first wave go. Hopefully you can get your family to a safe spot. Let that first wave go, and then try to do something on the back end. Because when the problem is that when it comes to something like that happening, they have the jump, right? They already know exactly what kind of tactics they're going to use, who they're going to hit first, how they're going to hit them, right? So you're going to have to sit back and watch what they do and see how they do it.
gotta be smart about
Right.
it.
We don't even have any clue of what kind of shit they already got over here.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of folks don't think about that though.
We don't know what kind of weaponry they got. We don't know what kind of training they got. You know what I'm saying? Like they might be sending their ninja assassins over here to take care of some shit.
Yeah, you're
Folks
right.
don't think about that, these.
No,
For
they
sure they
don't.
don't think about that.
Man, listen. I know I can shoot well. I've practiced a lot. I'm still on the gun range a lot. But when it comes down to it, there's always a lucky shot that can take your ass out. They say the same thing with boxing.
It
You
just
gotta
take
think
one.
about it though. It's just like you somewhere. Somebody already got the ups on you. You got one. You'll be a fool. They already got it out and on you. You trying to pull it? You might well let them go ahead that day. That day you ain't catch them beforehand. Cause if you do it, you through.
So there's something called waiting your turn. Right?
Yeah.
And you either have to make your turn or you gotta wait your turn. But to try to force a turn is a bad idea.
Bad idea. Right. See,
Hey,
Jay said it. Look at Jay said. If they attack first, they already planned the reaction. So they waiting on you to do something.
Man, I'm going in the woods. That's where I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
So I'm gonna ask you this, Diesel. I'm gonna ask you because I don't get a chance to talk to you too often because I got an idea what Carl, me and Carl think alike. So I got an idea what Carl gonna say. So Diesel, 1,000 pop up in your city. Now that's giving away tactics. If 1,000 pop up in your city, what would you advise your citizens to do?
Ooh.
That's a good one. See, that's something to think about. The people in your community, because that's what you're responsible for. You're responsible for that city. For that city, that's your domain. That's your domain. That's
you know what? I would hope like if it's one of those things where they're just they just pop up and they're trying to fight and they're trying to take out everybody in that city. I'm gonna try to get as many people to fight back as I can. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, because at that point they are out for blood. They don't care. They ain't taking no prisoners. They're out for blood. Either you're gonna sit and die or you're gonna fight and die. And that's one of the things you got to make that decision.
Because dying is in the equation.
It's in the equation.
It's in the equation. It's just how you do it.
It's got to be either them or us. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm trying to make it them as much as I can. So I'm gonna try to get as many people to fight. I'm gonna go to my armory. Every single gun we got in there, I'm passing out to all the citizens. Like I'm all the bullets, all that. We using everything we got.
And see, that's one. And see, I asked that question because I want to double back. It was a segue. What you just said, you know the people in your community to talk to. You get what I'm saying? See, that's that advantage you have because I know you got certain people numbers and you got the person that know this person. You got the one person that can make the whole city turn into a circle and bridge and link them chains. You get what I'm saying? And that's something me and Carl was talking about earlier. He was like, do you really got a crew that you can call to mobilize?
I do.
I know. No. It's just a hypothetical question. It ain't directed at nobody. It's just it's a thought. It's like a questionary thought. Like you got to that's what everybody need to ask themselves. Who do I really got if I can't call the laws? If the police is already their resources already expounded, they everywhere they can't save you. It's on you. What do you do? How do you?
See, a lot of people don't realize that. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to it, a situation like that, law enforcement is basically your military. They're going to be the first ones to react to anything like that in the first place. You know what I'm saying? And all this demilitarizing of military and all that. I mean, of the law enforcement, So there's a reason why we go to those tactics, because ultimately, when it comes down to it, what we're trying to do right now is fight power with power, fight fire
Force
with
with force.
fire, with what we are dealing with on the streets now. Just think about what somebody else is going to try to bring over the water.
See, and Jay said a good thing. Jay said, "What about this gun control?" At the end of the day, if, like I just said, I'm just saying this hypothetical. I don't know if this is going to happen tonight. I'm a free thinker, bro. I think out the box. I don't go with the norm. I go against the grain. Here, I'm wearing beads. So they tell you, I'm a grown ass man wearing beads. They tell you something. I do my own thing. I don't care what nobody else think. But I just think I'm a free thinker, man. I'm a critical thinker. So with that being said, like if there's 1,000 people, like I just made a scenario, it's 1,000 people in every city, in every state. I don't even got to be the city. It's just got to be in the state. Because 1,000 people could do some well coordinated. 1,000 people is a lot of people. Because 9 times out of 10, they already got a mission. When they got here, they got a mission.
Well,
like
that's one of the main reasons I don't live in a real a large metropolitan area. I live outside of it. You know what I'm saying? Like that was one of the main reasons why I didn't want to live in Charlotte. Because if it was to be anything like that to happen, Charlotte is one of the biggest spots in North Carolina.
Biggest city in North Carolina.
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. That is a damn good question, bro.
That's a damn good question, man. So I'm gonna ask you, dear me, you at the crib. You know, I know you. I know how you rock. You know what I'm saying? So that ain't to be told. Understood? Don't got to be explained.
Hold on. Y'all only said hi to me since I've been on.
Hey, Skilly man, we in it. We into it. What's up, Skilly man?
What up, Skilly man?
Skilly still at work, but I ain't seen you in months. You still at work. I swear to God. God damn.
Hey man, he got his stripper hoodie on, man. We ain't even to go there though. You got 2 jobs. You know what I'm saying? We ain't to go there though. That, you know his nickname, aka Skittles. Taste the rainbow. Hey, I don't know no parts of none of that. You heard me? But he said put handsome in front. Handsome Skittles. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no problems, homeboy. You know what I'm talking about? But now, man, like if you say you at work, Demi, and emergency alert broadcast system pop up. United States is being invaded internally by terrorism. What you do?
Let's boogaloo, bitch.
I'm going home. I'm going home. Well, I'm gonna make a brief stop by home. That's all I'm gonna do. And then I'm getting to where I know best. I'm getting to the woods. I'm getting to my terrain. That's where I want to be at. Where I want to be at. Now, I don't stay I stay kind of like in the city, but most of us where I'm at, we kind of like real country, and I know pretty much all the terrain where I stay at, so it's cool. Right? Hey, I be trying to tell I wouldn't fight to be trying to get everything back. I'd be trying to fight to get to a safe place, and then we can regroup there. That's just me.
Look at that. That boy said something. Look at him. Look at that, dear me. You ain't as dumb as I thought you was.
This man crazy
hell. Hey man, because it's so ick right now, bro. I got to put a little humor in it. But this some real stuff right now, because this is something to think about, y'all. If this can happen to Israel, man, this can happen to anybody. Man, they showed people walking around, going house to house to people that's unarmed because of gun control. Back to what Jay the Shooter said, gun control. Gun control. And now they want to give their citizens armed. Damn, I was like, woo, me and Carl was talking about this. I said, damn, don't that sound like Ben too, Uncle Ben. Ben Shooting, we were talking about this, and we say, damn, don't that sound like Ukraine?
That show what they did.
With no guns.
They ain't want to win that.
And now they want the citizens to fight because your army is inadequate. Because if they hear, military don't supposed to work on United States soil, that's what the National Guard is for. But if they hear, do you know how much damage they can do before the military can mobilize? People don't understand how things like that work.
It takes a while.
That takes a minute.
Yeah.
And what? I ain't finna give them no ideas with this podcast.
Then we already
watching. But you get what I'm saying?
They will scramble jets, and they'll have a little bit of collateral damage before the military can mobilize. If it were to get that bad, it would be they would scramble some jets and take some collateral damage before the military can actually mobilize.
Because you notice how they did Israel? They attacked the bases, they attacked the armories, they hit their communications, then they they overwhelmed the Iron Dome. I was like, man, that's bruh. And I'm like, what the hell y'all get all these weapons from? 5,000 rockets?
Hey, when did Jada Shooter come so political?
Man,
God damn.
Say, man. Should the government be held liable for loss of lives due to their policies?
You know
Damn,
what?
boy, you trying to get us on the list. Jada Shooter. If you ain't finna bring your face up here with us now, man, you ain't finna put us in that trick bag. That's a trick bag question, boy. That make you say some stuff that'll get you on the list. And somebody be this. Listen, y'all gonna hear this. It's gonna be a 3-letter acronym agency you never heard of before. Everybody know about the NSA. It's gonna be the RSQZ, the MIP, the mop your ass up posse. You know what I'm saying?
Man, they sure gonna knock.
But you know what though? I was talking to Carl. Carl, was this you out there? Because I was talking to Ben and Carl, and it was like run-on conversations. Because me and you briefly got off the phone, and then Ben jumped on the phone with me. I feel like this: if a politician goes against the Constitution, which they swear to uphold, they should be held accountable. I feel like it shouldn't take 4 years for you to get out of office. If you jack up and you violating the Constitution is automatic treason, you should go to a tribunal off the rip and let the tribunal decide your judgment. And the tribunal should be the jury of your peers, not no elitists or no judges of the Supreme Court, but regular people that they just snatch out of lottery. But they're gonna find a way to corrupt that. But the first beginning gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, you know what? But I still think we're in a situation where people can still get guns. I just think we have a lot of sheep that are just, you know what I'm saying, that are willing to just keep themselves vulnerable and not take their own action to get their guns. You know what I'm saying? So I think at this point right now when we're speaking, yes, there are some people that are fighting against gun control, but it still has not necessarily happened to that point, right? So
right.
You can still get a gun. Like people just choose not to get one because they don't want to go through the red tape of getting a gun in some states that you have to go through more than others.
But they just got to do a little bit more leg work.
That's all. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, because man, at the end of the day, damn, that's a good question, Jada Shooter, and I don't want to touch it. Like I want to touch it, but I ain't finna touch it. I know my limits. I don't got time for no more investigations by nobody. But that he's a radical. Anything happen, get Tiger Bear Bud, get him. Oh no. But I do feel like that. I feel like what this society is missing. But I feel like this society is missing a lot of accountability.
Oh yeah.
They go from our women to our legislative branch to the politics to policing to everything. Because a lot of people, I'm not anti-police. I got a lot of police partners, but all my police partners, they 100. They ain't the ones. Only way they whoop you, you deserve it. If he don't feel for his life, he not gonna beat the brakes off you.
Right.
He gonna treat you like a man until you start acting like a fool. You act like a nigga, he gonna treat you like a nigga. You treat him with respect like a man, he gonna treat you. Now you can cuss him out and all that. They got thick skin. They If you'd have caught me 5 years ago, you'll be rumbling. He'll let you know what he would have done to you when he was younger. But as he got older and wise, he gonna be like, you know what? As long as you ain't violating the law, he ain't gonna bother you. And then he gonna call his wife and tell his wife, this mother joker done blah, 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 blah. And now he did it, recalibrated. Now he back on his job. Right. But it's some other people out here, the power trip. You know how I go. You in it.
Oh yeah.
You in it. You in it. So you know what I'm saying.
You know try to handle it.
I just like I said, like you said, man, it's just one of those things, man. It's accountability. And people have to be accountable for their own safety as well. You know what I'm saying? Even when it comes down to something like this situation that you're bringing up, like you have to be accountable for that. Even though if you don't think it could happen,
it can happen.
But you got a lot of people that are on the state of mind of thinking that they don't think something like that could happen to the U.S. Right? So if it does happen, they need to be accountable for their own safety, right? You know what I'm saying? We have to be able to say, you know what, I didn't think this was going to happen, so I'm just going to have to lay down and get shot, or I'm going to just have to lay down and get deleted. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're going to have to take accountable for.
That's what they're going to do if they try to get all the guns took from folks. That's what they're going to do. They're going to have to lay down. Ain't got no choice but to lay down. It is what it is.
Hey, I've been saying this years ago. I said this when I first started YouTube these, and you done heard me say this. A lot of people gonna die before A lot of other
Man,
people wake up.
listen, let me tell y'all, man. So my department is probably 85% black, right? I tell my guys every year, you got to qualify. You got to come shoot. If you need help, you have a year to ask me to come and help you. I qualified some guys yesterday. There was one guy that I was qualifying, and before we got through the first round of qualification, I said, "Go home. Come back when you're ready."
Dang.
Whoa,
Now,
what?
bro, it was bad. It was horrible. This man could not even hit the paper.
Oh wow.
So
You
I told
definitely got to
him,
qualify.
I said, "Go home." I said, "You got until December to tell me and have me come help you to get you qualified. But if you don't do it and you come back here to the next qualification, I'm gonna fail you and you're gonna lose your certification."
I was gonna say how you got the certification in the first damn place with somebody.
No,
You gotta
no,
requalify every year. You gotta
look,
requalify every year. Once a year, you
bug.
gotta requalify.
Just because you can shoot now, if you don't practice,
I know
you
it's a
ain't gonna
diminishing
be no
skill.
good later on.
It's a diminishing skill, and then your
Your
eyes get bad and
eyesight
everything.
change. Your hand, you might not got the same
The
grip you
grip.
had. The power, the strength in your hands or whatever. You can adjust to that if you constantly shoot. Just make it something. Hey, I go shoot twice a month. Keep a little skill a little tight. But
So
if you just sitting
people
around
are
waiting,
people are reactive, man. They don't like to take training seriously until it slaps them in the face.
Right.
You don't see women going to gun classes until their girlfriend gets robbed.
Yep.
mm-hmm,
That
You know what I'm
is
saying?
true.
Like
that
that,
time.
like you don't see that. So it's going to be one of those situations. It's going to be too late, and people are going to want to get training. They're going to get help and all that stuff after everything done hit the fan.
Oh, like all my lady cousins, some of my male cousins and stuff like that. I be like, look, just cause you own that mud don't mean you know how to use it. I mean, you know what a safety is and all that, but shoot, you don't know how to use it. You just got something. I give you a hammer, and I ain't never showed you how to hit a nail in a piece of wood. You just gonna be standing there with it. I mean, it is what it is.
That is
Yep.
absolutely true. And Jay said a good thing. How do we that's a damn good question. And it goes with the topic of the night. How do we get the community to take safety and training serious? Because I'm dead serious giving these events. Because say, man, I'm gonna tell you like this here. Ukraine got invaded, Israel got invaded. They've been going crazy over in Africa that ain't been being reported. It's been underreported.
Damn right. I was
Haiti,
going to bring that up.
Haiti been on fire for the last 2 years, and they just not trying to talk about that. Hell, I remember 100,000 Haitians hit the border. When was that? Last year? Last year when them and they was up here, had them boys roped, and they was roping them like it was the slavery days.
Oh, that was about 2 years ago.
About 2 years ago. But
Yep.
now check this out. All these people walk through the border, you ain't got none of that. I feel like where that energy at? Where that same energy at
And
when the
they're
melanated people was walking through
they're
here?
sending troops to the border.
So I want to address Jay the Shooter's question.
Go ahead, brother.
Unfortunately, in this country, you got hammers and nails, wolves and sheep. Many people are soft in this country. They're so soft. They think the law is going to protect them. They think the government's going to protect them.
Yep.
They're not. When the shit hits the fan, they got better things to do. They got their own families, their own crews to protect. You are not on the top of their list.
No, sir.
So you are on your own. And those people are going to figure it out first and realize no one's coming to help. And then the next door they're going to be asking on is, hey, Carl, hey, Bug, hey, Jay, can you help me? I need a gun.
Diesel, you got a gun?
Nope.
You got a gun?
And the answer is not
Not,
no, but hell
hell
no.
no.
Right.
You better get off my damn doorstep because there ain't no law right now.
Man, that how it be.
Yep, and you're on your own because if you didn't invest in the time to take training, to get a gun, to at least take some classes, you didn't have to own a gun. Take some classes or something. Self-defense, something. Show some initiative. then I would be inclined to say, okay, I know you don't like guns, but you're gonna need one, right? Um, but for people that are just out there protesting and all against guns, and I got some family members like that. Do not come to me when you need help. Do
They
Right.
sure
not.
gonna come to your house, Carl.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Yep.
That's one
They,
thing about it. You got
nope.
people that you know don't like. I know. Well, they ain't my friends like that, but they be like, "Ah, man, something happened. I know where to come.
No,
You
you
just
don't.
find
Nope.
somewhere
No,
else to
you don't.
come.
No,
You
you
ain't
don't.
coming over
No.
here.
You're a liability. You're
I
a
got some
You going
liability.
you
friends.
going you going to show up, and I'm gonna take all your gas and fuel in your car.
I got some friends. They said they'll come. I know what they bringing. Come on. But a lot of these other jokers, no sir. You think you? No, I ain't got nothing. I don't be
So
buying all. What you need all them that ammo for? Oh yeah, go on
Oh
ahead,
yeah.
about your business. Go on about your business. You better not show up over here.
so I want to go back and talk about that thing Bug was talking about earlier. If different cells showed up or just activated, right? 1,000 people,
Uh-huh.
they're gonna run through the streets and they're gonna do their thing, right? But
Uh-huh.
as the militia, we're gonna squat up
Yep.
and we're gonna do our thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they're not ready for because they don't know the back alleys. They don't know all the crooks and crannies of your neighborhood. And this is where they're gonna get caught. And when people are on top of roofs shooting down at them and they can't engage, like they get broken up, then of course you're communicating with your squad, and they're gonna get caught out and they're gonna get destroyed. And I'd go so far as to say there's no law on the street.
Mm-hmm.
There's no military. There's no police running around.
Let me ask y'all
Like
this.
you
Mm-hmm.
on your own. So
Let me-
if you look, if you look like you in the wrong place at the wrong time, prepare to get shot.
Do y'all think? Let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think that part of the reason why we have not been attempted or anything like that yet is because
Definitely.
the world knows how we carry guns and how we have
Definitely.
guns and all that stuff?
That's why the world wants to try to disarm us.
Yeah.
Man, these
That's why
I
China is
just said that
the
in my
biggest
head.
one.
Wait a minute.
That's
What the
the only
Japanese
reason.
said? Why did
So
everybody say this? This was way back in World War II. And Hitler said it. It was in some Hitler notes. You can't storm the United States. It's 10 guns to every citizen.
Damn right.
It's
That's
10
what
guns to
I
every
just about
citizen.
to say.
And I got 10 for about 50 more citizens if they ain't got none.
Hey, I
That's
only got
right.
two. I only got two.
he
Shit.
got
Times how many more
exponential.
people that come over here, and I know you in my
He's
Yeah,
circle.
That's
I
got
what
got
I
guns to
about
the.
tell folks.
These are guns to the power.
Hey.
That's
Oh
the only
God.
reason I think it ain't happened decent. We ain't got
oh
we
yeah.
ain't gonna have militias there. Well, then you know these folks know
They
these
ain't gonna know
kids,
man, there's gonna be bullets coming
everything.
from every direction.
But see,
Yeah.
but
Ain't
see, look,
nobody got no uniform on. They ain't scared of the military. They scared of the people.
but
We
think
ain't
about
got
what
no
I'm saying.
uniform now. We in the woods
Think about what I'm
around the
saying now.
corner.
Think about what I'm saying though. Okay, we let 300,000, probably 500,000 people come in when we stopped the war in Iraq. You remember we had the KC-130s with all the
Yep.
people hanging on the planes? Everybody forgot about that. We let another influx of people in when Ukraine first started that mess. Y'all forgot. We let the Kuwaitis in too.
And we ain't forgot.
Okay, I'm just getting it. Now I want y'all to think
Right.
about what I'm saying. Now think about what I'm saying. Now I've been driving. I was driving for Yellow almost 3 years before they went under. And I used to go to Laredo. Until I seen something in Laredo one night that I asked them not to ever go back there again. And the only time I go toward the southern border was on I-10. I didn't even want El Paso stops. And I was just talking to Carl about Ben about this. I didn't like El Paso stops. I had stopped taking those routes. I started trying to go to California and the West Coast. You got to think about how many Chinese. Now I'm coming up I-10 and I've seen this with my own eyes, bro. And then I done came the back way through Mexicali, coming from San Diego 8, coming the back way, coming back to Phoenix through Mexicali and all that crap. I've seen this with my own eyes. 30 motherfuckers run across the street, and then you got border patrol on this side. You see a helicopter, and you see a drone. And
Look,
then what?
I worked the border for 6 months when I worked for Homeland Security,
Shh.
bro.
And there were no Mexicans.
This was back in 2000. This was back in 2008, 2009, somewhere around there. But even in between that, remember we had that big influx of immigrants coming from the Mexican border, and they were saying they were coming from Mexico and all that stuff.
But
But
they
they didn't
wouldn't.
look like Mexicans. They
No.
looked like they came from Afghanistan
Afghanistan,
and cool. They looked like they came from everywhere
Kuwaiti,
else but Mexico.
Mexico. And that's my point I'm getting at. Now you got these thousands. We don't know how many people that Biden done let in for his, because all this politics, the base. You know what I'm saying? Because right now the black vote is the strongest vote. The black vote determines everything. It's been proven. The black vote determines everything. So excuse me, they trying to offset that black vote. Because y'all know most black people vote with their feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Biden said, "You ain't black if you don't vote for me." When he said that, bro, I voted for Trump. I voted for Trump anyway because I wanted Trump politics. And then I'm 2A. Trump ain't taking no straps. And then he did the bump stop thing, catering pans into whatever. But look at what the stuff that Biden them doing. These people encroaching on like the Second Amendment, the only amendment in the whole Constitution that say shall not be infringed, and they infringe on 24/7. I mean, like, but that's what made me vote for Trump. And then I know Trump is a money person. That man been broke 3-4 times. How many times that man claimed bankruptcy and he's still a millionaire?
Right.
That man done claimed bankruptcy so many times I remember in being young when Ivanka Trump left him in the 80s. You get what I'm saying? And that man's still a millionaire. He still own Trump Towers. And they wanted that.
Mm-hmm.
He still own Trump Towers, man. If a man like that can be broke and get money back, I need him to run the country because I ain't gonna fake. When that man was in office, money was flowing. Money was flowing, man. Money was flowing. Money is not flowing now. Even when he was out of office, some of his policies that he enacted looked like Biden did it. It was, some of those policies let us eat. But people better wise up, though. They better wise up because it's finna get real. And the point that I'm making, I said I'll let to get to this. If we let all those people in back during all that time, the Kuwaitis and all that, plus all these new influx of people, and then the people that's in here that they didn't talk about when they was begging, Greg Abbott and them was begging. Hey man, even I'm gonna go back from Greg Abbott. Let's go back to the car salesman. What was our governor name? The Mr. Killed Education. He didn't want to pay the Rick Perry. Back when Rick Perry was in office. The influx of people that we done had come in this country. Ain't no country gonna formally come across no damn sea or come across no land and no uniform saying, hey, we come to attack the United States. They're not gonna come at us like that. They're gonna come at us in plain clothes. They ain't coming in uniform. They're gonna come in here acting like one of us. And then when it's time to pull out your card, they're gonna pull out their badge. You know how the feds do. The feds infiltrate everybody. Hey man, I sell dope. I'm your partner. And then when it come down to it, he do this here. He got the necklace on. Talking about I'm special agent, such and such of the DEA, the FBI, and the CIA.
Hey, Bug, I gotta run, man. I'll let y'all.
Man, I appreciate you for coming through.
Y'all be good, man.
I appreciate you, man.
Stay safe out there.
Stay safe, man. Yeah, like that's how they gonna come. They're not gonna come direct. They're gonna come indirect. And who's to say they ain't here already?
Yeah.
And Uncle Ben said something smart today. Uncle Ben said, how you know they ain't carrying no bioweapon? You shoot them and then it makes some disease release from their body. And who's to say they ain't the next COVID strand that all these people, influx of people?
Yeah.
That's why I say, what do you do? How do you prepare?
You know what? But so the problem with terrorism is you have to stamp it out 100% all at once. And unfortunately, it radicalizes more people because you killed so-and-so's grandson. So these people get mad, they want to join the cause, yada, 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 right? It's just a perpetual cycle. So either you take them all out or you let it continue. But you got to remember, war is money. We need war because it pays the bills, right?
Right.
But honestly, I would take Gaza. If I was Netanyahu right now, I said we're kicking everybody out of Gaza. If you're still here, you're getting shot. But you got 3 days to clear out Gaza. We're leveling the city. So that's what 130 something square miles. We
Right.
just got taken, like off the top. We're also pushing back. We're taking back 15 miles around every border inside Palestine. That's now the new DMZ. We're leveling all those buildings. So your city just your state just got smaller by 15 miles every direction. And we're taking all of Gaza because there's no going to be no travel for you back and forth. No fly zones. We're gonna wall you up. It's gonna be like what's that? Escape from New York City.
Yeah. Escape from New York. Yeah.
Yep. It's gonna be that situation. You cross that wall, you shot. We're gonna provide you food, water, and electricity. Y'all start acting up, we're gonna cut all this stuff off.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all gonna eat each other. So, you've already shown your true colors many times over, year after year after year. And that's that. Like, I would teach them a lesson. I would teach them a hard lesson the first time. The next time you attack somebody, we're leveling the whole city. No questions asked. We're going to send everything at it. And we're going to flatten this place. So, you can cry now, lick your wounds, but don't think about trying to get back.
Right. I feel you. But see, force with force. Hey, Diesel said it. And he the people. He said it. You fight force with force. I'm gonna hit you with the biggest force I got to get you to understand that I'm gonna make you reconsider your thoughts.
Yep.
Reconsider your thoughts, man. Damn, I shouldn't have did this.
I saw Hamas yesterday. The leaders of Hamas were talking about trying to broker a ceasefire now. And I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
After you got everybody excited,
I'm gonna try to come back in, bud.
All right, big bro. I
We're
appreciate
finna get busy.
I see you. I appreciate you, dear me, for stepping through, bro.
Oh yeah, ain't no thing. All right, fellas.
All right, man. You be safe, bro.
All right.
There's no ceasefire. You gonna take this?
Yeah, but see, them carriers and stuff that came through now. So it get real when you got technology on your side. You got the war machine. Mm-hmm. We got all the war machine coming this year. Raytheon. What is it? Grump. What's the name of the other damn? We got Bell helicopter.
Northrop Grumman.
Northrop Grumman. Yeah, that's it.
Yep, we sent ships over there. Sent an aircraft carrier, battle group, and they're about to park out at sea. Start shelling.
Mm-hmm. And
we're gonna test our latest technology.
I was just gonna say that. Now we finna get some wartime technology. We finna get some.
Every time we go to war, it's a chance for it to exercise whatever we got on the day.
Y'all. We got the freakiest man that come to YouTube. He's got a gun channel. He comes on late night every day. Guns and barbecue. And I know there was your friend that came through Friday, but we're gonna
kill Whitey.
It's not. Hell no, we gotta get him up out of here.
He was killing that tool on Friday.
But it was like, what the fuck did we just let in here? Shit.
And he white.
Yeah, this stream pulled now too. Yelling kill Whitey when you come in here.
Say, man, we was in here talking about the night show, man, like barbecue. We was talking about what do you do if these immigrants pull a Pakistan? I don't know why I keep saying Pakistan, bro. I hope I don't see nothing. If they pull to Israel and try to pull what they pull over in Israel over here, what do you do? You got a unique case too, so this is interesting.
I got a unique case?
Yeah. No, I ain't gonna go there because they're gonna get us flagged. But you
right? But no, I mean, like if that stuff happened here, that's the thing. Why we are such a great country with having our country be a constitutional republic, excuse me, not just a traditional democracy. And yeah, people go into the argument, oh, it's a democracy. Yeah, it's a constitutional republic based on a democracy. And having that Constitution and having that Bill of Rights that guarantees our rights are protected from the government, that they aren't supposed to infringe on them. It gives us the ability to fight back if something like that were to happen here. This idea of people going door to door and just executing you because you're Jewish, that wouldn't fly here. However, there's another problem, and that's predominantly they're, to my understanding, the Jewish culture in the U.S. still very I don't want to say anti-gun, but they're definitely not a major group that would own guns. So you might have to take up arms for your neighbor at that point if you saw something like that happen, and that puts you in a funny predicament, I reckon. At the end of the day, if something like that was happening, it'd be pretty hard to have charges pressed against you, depending on the area that you live in. I reckon, like if you live in Chicago or anywhere in California or any crap like that, then you're gonna have to roll the dice. But with that being said, also, if you're Jewish, I just like to point out, if you never heard of the gentleman, Yehuda Reamer, known as the Pew Pew Jew, he talks about his journey into firearms and whatnot. Great dude. Check him out. Like I said, if you're Jewish or anything like that out there and you're like, I don't know if guns are my thing or not. Really cool dude. Again, that's Yehuda Reamer. But yeah, so at the end of the day, like I said, I don't mean to be so long-winded here, but if that did happen, we have the ability to fight back. We have a Second Amendment that guarantees us the ability to do so. They say against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And people always think about that just as a person threat also, but I mean, really, you could face tyranny in a sense from, you got a grizzly bear walking through your backyard that is coming after you. Well, that's a threat to your life. So yeah, I think that's it.
Well, he said, I think that's it. He just stopped abruptly.
Yeah. Yeah, I was
like waiting on something else. Everybody like, okay, it will say barbecue here. But I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know. It just got me thinking again. And I shout out to the Bug Nation, man. And shout out to Carbon Q, that one that Point Dexter being
a sweetheart.
Shout out to them, because I remember they was doing Survival Saturday. They put me on a lot of game to get my survival stuff together. And here lately, I've been buying stuff in doubles, like stuff that I already had. I got it again, because you never know. You never know. And now,
100%.
Now what I've been doing now is like, I know what direction I want to go to, because I know one thing, I'm too close to downtown Dallas, but I'm in perfect location to get to the outskirts of town. I can go east, I can go south, I can go west. I'm in a prime location, but I know what direction I'm going. But I got stuff stashed in the route that I need to go, because I done made a route. I got 3 routes. I got evacuation plan, secondary, and oh shit. You get what I'm saying? Oh shit is when those 2 can't happen. But I know for sure that I can make this happen. It's a chance of this happening. And that plan, man, I got stuff strategically placed in places, and to on my route to get up out of here, bro. And a lot of people need to be like that. And I advise everybody, get you a 2-way radio, get you a ham radio, and make sure that you get you some people that you can connect with. And you know what I'm saying, you can connect with, and you like-minded people, and get you a plan, and make sure you got people around you that can do a lot of things, man. Because I'm gonna tell you, the best teacher is TV, man. Y'all finna laugh when I say this, man. Watch the what is it? Old boy with the 357, the pipe, something dead, Walking Dead. The Walking Dead show you how society can be. It give you a glimpse. You know what I'm saying? It used to be Mad Max when I was a kid. My mom used to love Mad Max, man. But The Walking Dead will give you an idea of what you need to survive, bro. You know what I'm saying?
100%. And I just want to mention something, Bug, because you mentioned the ham radio, which some people get confused about that because to communicate on a ham radio, you have to be licensed. So a lot of people think that you can't own one until you're licensed, and that's not the case. You can go out, buy a ham radio right now. You just can't actually use it until you're licensed.
Yeah, if you broadcast it before you license, they're going to know exactly where you are, pinpoint you and come give you a ticket or take it or whatever they want to do to you.
Now, in a situation that Bug's talking about,
it don't matter.
Exactly. I was going to say, like, that's the least of my worries at that point. Like, if society's breaking down, shit's hitting the fan, I ain't worried about the FCC showing up and being like, hey, you're operating a ham radio illegally. No, they've got bigger fish to fry at that point too. You're looking out for you. But so yeah, getting a ham radio and having it is a great thing, and don't think that you can't just because you're not licensed yet.
Now you can possess it, just can't use it. You know, that's the thing. Just don't transmit. You trust me. Let me tell you something. The same technology they use to find Pablo Escobar with a radio, you don't think they can find you if you want to on that thing, if you want to playing around, and you'll find out how the FCC work.
And not only that, Bug, but the hell was I going to say? Like you can turn the son of a gun on and just listen to what the hell people are saying. You can be that weirdo in the corner, just like, oh yeah, like they're talking about some pretty cool shit right now, or who knows what the hell. I don't know what they talk about on ham radios because there's all kinds of rules and all kinds of crap. Like yeah, so
yeah. CB. You can start off with a CE. They sell handheld CDs.
Yep.
You can talk on CB right now, and you'll be surprised. There'll be some information cutting through. It ain't like it used to be.
No,
the traffic, but you can get some useful stuff if you mess around and hit the right person on the CB, man. CB's entertaining. They fun too. I feel like if you're a truck driver, you should have one. Man, hold up, bro. I've been blessed with the presence. Man, I'm to my and all due fairness, man. All my brothers done pop back up out the blue. Here Clover Tech? What's happening, brother?
Hey man, preach,
man. Hey man, we trying to preach the gospel, man. You know,
I've been here earlier, but when you sent everything, I was in the middle of recording a podcast.
Oh man, my bad, man. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to step on.
No, you're good. You're all good.
Yeah, man. You been doing all right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh man, I appreciate it, man. Man, we in here talking about the subject is tonight. What do you do if the United States turn to Israel? Because we got all these illegal aliens coming through. Me and you done talked about this before previously.
A little bit. Yeah.
And at first, you remember the last time I talked to you was the Haitians. Remember that when all the Haitians hit Austin?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, it was a minute ago. It's been a minute ago. I know you done talked about a million things since then, SHOT Show and everything else. We got all these people that's coming in this country undocumented, and then now we have an influx of military-age males that look really like healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like really healthy, coming through. Eagle Pass and all that coming through downtown. New Mexico and Arizona. They tearing that board up. They on trains like we in Venezuela or something. You know what I'm saying? Like it's legal. You know what I'm saying? To ride Santa Fe on into the United States. But yeah. I was making this scenario. You know how they just did Israel? Like that was a calculated attack. How they got Israel. They used Israel. They infiltrated them on ground. They overwhelmed the Iron Dome system. They door-to-door killing people that didn't have firearms to protect themselves. Yeah. So I'm hypothetical, not saying it'll happen, just saying if, because anything can happen in this society.
Sure.
With the influx of people that we have in here that's undocumented now, they've been busting them to Chicago, Washington, Philadelphia, Baltimore.
Places that don't want them.
Right. But think about it. We spiderweb in their network because we're giving them free transportation.
Maybe.
Around the country. So just say, for instance, I just made this scenario with diesel. 1,000 people here every state from all illegal people. 1,000 people in every state.
Yeah.
And 1,000 people can do a lot of damage. before our defenses can trickle in or whatever.
For a short period of time.
Yeah, but for a short period of time, yeah. My question was, what do you do in case an event like that happens? Just a hypothetical. This ain't not what you actually do, but just something.
That's tough, man, because it's going to depend on, I hate to say this, but 1,000 people go rogue in downtown Seattle, Washington. I honestly don't give a crap. I hate to be that way, but I'm in the middle of nowhere, East Texas, can grow my food, can hunt. Like, ain't my fault you up there in the middle of some big, huge city acting a fool, because like I said, I mean, it's just going to be, 1,000 people. That ain't nothing, I mean, are they going to create havoc and cause damage, and is there going to be loss of life? Yeah. But in the grand scheme of things, right? That's what I think. You got to look at big picture.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it was somewhere closer, that's
That's a good question. Then
even if you say it's in Texas, right? Let's just say it's in.
I said when it's 1,000. Listen. I want you to listen to the big.
Texas is going to take care of it. I don't even got to do anything then because Texas is going to take care of it. You think the governor ain't going to send the troopers and National Guard to deal with it? Like they are. They're gonna Texas is gonna handle it. Now I ain't got that kind of faith in other states. Don't get me wrong, but I got pretty good faith Texas would probably handle it. I wouldn't have to. I wouldn't even have to worry about it then. But I think a bigger picture though. I think what a lot of people miss is they get, and rightfully so, because you hear all this stuff about I stand with Palestine or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I get people standing with Palestine, I get it, but it gets conflated with they support Hamas because or whatever or Hezbollah, whoever it is, because they stand with Palestine. And so it's really important. I don't know if y'all talked about this, but it's really important that you understand why Palestine and Israel have problems. Have the modern problems anyway that they have, and you can blame the British for that.
Mm-hmm.
Because basically that land in World War I was promised to both of them, and obviously both of them can't have it, and they gave Palestine the extremely short end of the stick. And every nation on the planet, because of Christian belief, Jewish faith, traditional God faith, whatever you want to call it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to side with Israel. They're just going. That's what they're going to do because they see that as God's chosen people, and that's not what the Bible says in the first place, my opinion. But and they don't see they don't see all the strife and all the conflict and what's going on, like, and then it's also okay, like I get it, it's tough, and then and you get Israel put in this bad situation, right? Like, what are you going to do if they hold up and they and they winging mortars from a school, a schoolhouse full of kids? Like, what are you going to do? Like, seriously, like, what are you going to do? So, I mean, I get oh man, Israel bombed that school and killed a bunch of kids. Well, that's what are you going to do again? Like, so in Israel, it's very disingenuous because and we'll get to the border in a second too, because this is really where I'm going with it. It ties into the whole thing. But you hear, well, Israel gave Gaza, whatever it was, 48 hours to evacuate or whatever it was. Where are they gonna go?
Right.
Have you looked at Gaza? Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you got a yacht, where you gonna go? And them people ain't got a yacht, obviously. Like, where you gonna go? So could Israel have had some type of evacuation plan in place, at least to help to evacuate? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. But the problem is, then you look at, well, Israel's killing all these people and blah blah blah, and you look at that way it's spun, and then you look at the other side where it's like, funding the Ukraine is terrible. We don't need to do that. But then, oh, we stand behind Israel. Well, what's the difference? And
Right.
then as far as the funding goes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you get into the media thing, and this gets into the border. What you said, all these people pouring across the border, and this, that, and the other. I'm telling you, we ain't being fed the truth. The border is not. It's not. I'm not saying it's not bad. I got to back up because I'm not saying it's not bad. I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying it's not as bad as the media and politicians that want to use that make it out to be.
Right.
And you can clearly see that by the raw numbers. If you look at that, there's some claiming, oh, 15,000 came across today, 30,000 came across this month. It's the biggest month in blah, blah, blah. Or we've had 3 consecutive biggest months. And you start adding these numbers up, and they're talking about, oh, we'll have, 3 million illegal immigrants by the year 2028 or whatever, right? And I don't know
Mm-hmm.
the actual numbers. I'm spitballing them to make a point.
Gotcha.
But they'll say, oh, if you add it
That's
up,
what they do.
if you add it up, there's already been 3 million.
I was
So
just gonna say
like,
that.
so
Yeah.
like, you're lying. Somebody lying somewhere, right? And it's the freaking media, and they're gonna do it, and they're gonna do it with the border. They're gonna do it to try to divide. That's what they're gonna do, man. And that's exactly what you're seeing in Israel right now. Is that's a part of any type of a battle strategy, is to
Propaganda.
divide. But to that point, if if you're talking about the illegal immigrants and they're being sleeper cells and they're dispersing them across the country, like that's a divisionary thing. Like it would be much more conducive, I think, if it was all together. There's also, depending on where you're going to send them, being able to equip them and different things. I mean, we're a lot different situation to be able to go about terrorist activities in this country than what people think. We have this thing that happened after 9/11, worst terrorist attack on our soil, right? 9/11,
Right.
which the government didn't know about. That's no secret. I'm not going to get into the conspiracy theory hole that they planned it or they were involved in it, but they knew about it. We know that for a fact. And so they
Mm-hmm.
knew it was coming. May not have known when, but they knew it was coming.
Coming.
And so if that was the case, and then you fast forward to our good old Republican moron Texas President W. Bush and the Patriot Act despite Obama, right? Despite
Mm-hmm.
Trump, despite Biden now, Republican or Democrat, the Patriot Act that's still in play, that spies on American citizens and does all kinds of other shady stuff. And when you got all that into play, I just don't see the sleeper cells again, unless the media and or the government is complicit in it. I just don't
Mm-hmm.
see there being much traction. So, like I said, you got a difference. You got two differences. You got a difference in the uh, what am I thinking? You've got a difference in the reasons as to why, right? Why some terrorist force would want to do something here with us versus the whole Palestine Israel thing. Two
Mm-hmm.
totally different type of scenarios and
Yeah, correct.
situations there. And then you've also got, like I said, just the draconian nanny security surveillance state that is the Patriot Act in this country. And so it's like I don't know that it ever happens, but at some point you got to take care of yourself, and that sounds mean, but you
There's
do,
one big
man.
fairy tale that's always been told, brothers and sisters. How y'all doing today?
Hey, what's going on, Paradise?
Get on it, man.
Yeah, yeah. There's one great big fairy tale that has continuously been told. They say once upon a time. But look, let's just skip the beat for a second. Let's just suppose that you and I, all of us in Bug Nation today, were in a situation where we had to flee, get out from where we at, get all our folks, jump on a bus, a bugboard, and fly across the border and just try to make it best we could, because everything we know about was on fire or whatever, and we had to make a move. And we got all our family in our hands, and we going whichever way we went, and we went to Cuba in a tugboat like they do to come here. Or if we went to Canada and then caught a flight over to some other country, and then could we catch a bus to go to some city to make it the best way we could, go sleep in the library and get
powdered milk and stuff. Could we survive in that very same manner, or would we, or how would we feel about it? And then the very moment when something goes on, they say, well, them Americans is terrorists, kill them. They like roaches, just kill them all off. And so what happens is we vilify everything from the viewpoint of some other cotton picker on the news or wherever it tell us, and then it make us feel better about the bull crap that go on. We feel good. Oh, they was just terrorists. They was just this and that. That's what happens with us. We get conditioned. We've been watching for the last 20 years movies that tell us to feel bad about, to not feel bad about effing over another group of people, but yet when it come down to it, they'll say, oh, that's racist, and then we're supposed to feel different about it. We got to sing Kumbaya and get together and burn a candle when something is done injustice in your country. But then you turn back around, you look at the Avatar movie. Y'all see Avatar, the first
that was a damn good. The second
they
one
in a
even better.
darn ship, they in a ship. Yeah. They in a ship. They got stuff that blow folks up, and them guys had a spear and an arrow that couldn't go through the ship or nothing. They're attacking us. Kill them all. My God, man. Yeah. And we just turn back around and we take the smallest thing and let it make us feel as though it is a good thing to kill somebody. But now, honestly, it's the nature of what has happened in history. Throughout history, no matter how far you go back, whether you're looking at it from a biblical viewpoint, the history book viewpoint, everything got accomplished through some kind of war, takeover. Even in America, the Boston Tea Party, what was that all about?
Texas.
They did some booty spanking after it all was said and done. They pulled out the product and they got there and dusted some britches and got after one another because people was upset. They was mad and they lit into it. That's just what really and truly went down. A lot of people in history, just on this soil, a lot of lives were lost in what they call the Civil War, which was really uncivilized. But they call it the Civil War, the war between the states. And right now, our ununited states want to turn back around. First, we was finna split. We was just on the brink of getting ready to split up again.
Well, it wasn't called the Civil
we was feeling
War.
About it.
It was darn near over when it was called a Civil War. By that point, it was war between the states. Was originally what it was. Yeah. Civil War sounded better though.
And that's that what you just said is the main point I'm trying to say. We fall in love when they tell us something that sounds better.
And here's the thing:
darn story. It don't have to be the truth. It's his story. We call it history. It's a cotton picking lie.
You hit the 16-penny nail square on the head with a 15-pound sledgehammer when you said, "Let me tell you a fairy tale." Because here it is. Who gets to write the fairy tale? The people who win.
Yep.
And the one who get the attention when they say it.
Yep. But you got to win. You win whatever conflict, whatever battle, whatever. The victor is the one. Whether you're talking about the victor over civil rights, where you talk about the victor over another people or another army, whatever it might be. The people who win had the power, basically, and therefore they write the stories. And then they parrot those stories, and then we're all supposed to just sit here and not question anything and not go, hey, this don't add up, or look at things. You could be Christian, you could be Jewish, you can be whatever faith, and remove your faith from civility. But people don't seem to think that, and we got this thing now where there's a battle between those that do have a I'm just going to say, rather than being a religious, I'm just going to say a staunch moral compass, right? You've got this battle going on between people that have a staunch moral compass and people that don't much care to have one. And
ultimately, we got to accept the fact that humans are cruel and wicked.
Right? Preach. Yeah.
We love bloodshed.
Yeah.
We love blood sports. The wrestling. You get your kids out there and they get you watching wrestling, which is entertainment. Next thing you know, they in school doing the same move that hurt somebody's child. You got to turn the darn TV off, and you got to counsel your child about not putting these moves on folks. I mean, we are like that. That's why football. Nobody want to see football where somebody don't get hurt.
Yeah,
honestly, but they say
back to
it's a contact sport. We want to see somebody knock the snot out of somebody, but yet we can't say that openly now. But that's how we are. But we lying when we say we don't want to see that.
Yeah.
When you watch a boxing match, do you want to see them just slap box? No.
You want to see people get knocked out.
Back to the media, right? And the whole Israel thing, right?
Yeah, work on it. Talk about it.
So there's here's the thing. You look at anything and you think, well, why? Okay, well, why is this going on? Well, let's start tracing this back and let's look at this. Like I said, it Israelites in the promised land been a thing going on for a long time, like you said, right? Way longer.
I'm trying not to mess with that. I'm trying my best not to mess with that.
Well, that's why I started at World War I, right? Like World War I is the modern starting point when the British said, okay, well, we're gonna go after the Turks from the south, and by doing that, we're gonna take over what is basically modern Israel and Gaza, and by taking over that, what we're going to do is we're going to get these Bedouins out in the desert to help us. The older generation, Palestinians and Israelites. We're going to get them to help us because we're going to promise them both, and we ain't going to tell each other we promise them both the same thing, but we're going to promise them both they can have this land once we're done, right? And so that was a strategy to beat the Turks in World War I. And then the British said, oh, you know what? So we're going to give Israel, because that's God's chosen people, and blah, 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 blah. We're going to give Israel the vast majority of it. We're going to give the Palestinians just these itty bitty pieces or whatever. But, ultimately there's always been a fight over Jerusalem, and that's, going on for literal centuries, thousands and thousands of years. But what you got to look at is you don't even got to go back that far. You don't even really have to go back as far as this modern conflict. Like you say, okay, well, the Palestinian thing, the Israel thing, been going on for a long time, right? But then let's look a little deeper at this. Oh, wait a minute, you got these terrorist elements that ain't even Palestinian, a lot of them, right? The vast majority ain't even Palestinian. Talking about Hamas and all that. So where are they? Where are they coming from? Right? Oh, wait a minute. What are they doing? Oh man, they doing all these human atrocities and other things. Well, first of all, they can get away with that because they ain't a standing uniformed army, right? So they can sort of get away with that. That's the bad thing about terrorism is it's hard. They pick on Biden, and I'm going to defend Biden just for a second. They pick on Biden because Biden doesn't declare the enemy. Well, from a declaring war standpoint and the way that it's set forth in the Constitution and the way that this country operates, he can't. They ain't got no uniform. So really you can't do that. So
yeah.
But
that's like going back to banning a Muslim. How you gonna ban something that you can't identify? You can't darn identify. Let's just ban Martians. We can't identify one. You know?
Right.
So if they ban somebody that believe a certain way, well, ain't no real sign to tell what it is. But okay, you had a good point. I'm sorry.
Well, no, you're fine.
Let you stay online.
You're fine. I was just trying to trace this back because I was defending Biden. Now I'm fixing to rip him completely apart here in a second. But you got these terrorist elements, right? Well, you trace it back, and you're like, well, okay, well they're doing all these atrocities, so it's not really Palestine that's doing it. Then what's going on? Oh crap! It's coming from Iran. Well, hold on a minute.
Where they learn it from?
Who gave Iran $6 billion?
Who they get the money from?
That was Joe Biden that gave Iran $6 billion. Hold on a minute, time out. All these rockets they're using and all this equipment.
Who paid for it?
Where'd it come from? It come from Afghanistan. What country? Who left it in Afghanistan? Who was that? They left all that stuff in
the United States of America.
That was Joe Biden that did that. Wait, hold on a minute. What country is next to Afghanistan? Iran.
Yeah.
Like, it's not hard to see, but like nobody wants to call out like the real culprits and the real problems and like and fix it. And I don't know that Israel wants to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because you can't tell me the IDF is some of the craziest combat fools on the planet. And you can't tell me, you talk about special forces, and you can't tell me for a second that if they put together some type of clandestine operation, talking about the IDF, they couldn't go in and just completely upend uh, Iran. You can't tell me that. So that means Israel? There's something keeping Israel from doing that because it would make sense. If that was my country, that's what I would do. I see where the root of the problem is, and I'm gonna send my specially trained forces to take care of the root of that problem. But guess what? The United States got Israel on a very, very, very short leash and refuses to let them off. And because we don't, stuff like this happens.
Hey, Carl said
Same
this.
reason.
Carl said
Straight
this.
up smoke the Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Well, Ukraine's a whole other thing.
you got to
Ukraine.
sell it. That whole war is the same perspective, but then Ukraine could possibly have straight up smoked Russia. But what would be the benefit of that?
Well, if they do, they ain't gonna keep getting billions of dollars.
Come on.
That's first of all. Why would you end a war when you got some country just willing to got an open check, just sending you money constantly,
Yep. Got a blank check.
making all the what are you talking oligarchs and the aristocrats and Ukraine, man, look into Ukraine. Ukraine was like corrupt, full of like rich, power hungry. It wasn't, Putin's
Las
horrible.
Vegas. Las
Putin's
Vegas.
horrible,
The Las
right?
Vegas of Europe.
Yeah, but Putin's horrible. I'm not saying, I'm not saying he's not. Like, but he ain't but a few steps down from some of the folks that's got power in Ukraine. So, like, I don't
It
know.
was the Nazi concentration. It was majority of the scientists that we didn't put in NASA. That's where that's where they went to die. It was Ukraine.
But back to your original thing, Bug, when he's like, hey, if things cut loose here or whatever, what you gonna do? Again, got to take care of you and yours, man. I hate to say that. There's this mentality that, we're all gonna come together.
Mm-hmm.
And
but that's not true.
Man, we can't come together and decide on which 9mm is the best. How the hell are we gonna come together and like? You feel what I'm saying? Like, let's be real about it. Because at least if I know I'm gonna take care of mine, and you're gonna take care of yours, and I'm gonna take care of mine, and I know you're gonna take care of yours. At least we got something. Because now I don't got to worry about Bug and his. I'm like, I can focus more on mine now because I know Bug and his is good. He's got that stuff handled, right?
Clover,
Exactly.
if we squad up, dude, and you show up with a fucking Lorson, High Point, and SCCY, and talk about you got my back, we're gonna fight.
No. Did you just see that new 1911 double stack he just got? No, he got a hollow sun and everything. That man suited and booted.
The witness.
There ain't nothing wrong with a hot open.
Shit, I just run to 50. What are you talking about?
Oh God,
they ain't gonna. I take down all the heavy artillery and the aircraft. You ain't gonna have to worry about none of that.
I know we touched on this the other night about.
I got a few goose guns. That'll take down some drones for sure.
Oh man.
I think there needs to be a path for citizen soldiers in this country.
Yep.
So, like, let's say Bug Nation, we get fed up with this shit, and we say, okay, we want to go fight. But what it does is give us additional training, and we get to go through, a mini boot camp, and we get our guns checked over, make sure they're up to speed, get extra parts, and they send you out to watch, say you're going to take over a power station, special forces is, but they need you to stay there on station while they go handle some other things, and then they'll be back, right? So you might end up in a skirmish or two, over there. But what it does is it trains up crews. So you have this ragtag squad. Let's say you're already in a militia, and you train together all the time on the weekends, but you never get to see combat. Um, in the event when you come back, now you're a lot more prepared and you understand what fighting is about where you didn't before, right? So if some shit ever jumps off, you have each other's numbers, you have radios, you assemble again, and there you go, citizen soldiers. So you're a better equipped militia than you were before. And I think something like that needs to happen. The government pays your wages while you're gone, to keep your family going. And, of course, you got to get life insurance and all that shit before you go. But um, I I would love to see something like that happen. So, 9, 10 guys get together and say, we're going over, we need to squad up, we need to fight. And it's a good opportunity to get some exercise in.
It is, but then it's very difficult. Look at it from a logistics, a culture, that type of a standpoint, right? Like
Hmm.
you get into some nuances like that. That's what worries me about, people from one country going into another. There's been, and the U.S. has been really, really bad about this for many, 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 many years, and honestly, even Britain before then. Um, Largest empire on the planet at one time, right? Um, that they went in under the guise of saving, of helping, of whatever. The people there didn't want their help. Like, look at Afghanistan. Afghanistan is one of those things. Like,
Hmm.
like if you understand the culture of Afghanistan, if you understand the map of Afghanistan, the layout, the way that the government runs, it's not like any government like we're used to. And a lot of that has to do with the terrain and everything. I mean, there's like literally one big, huge circle road in Afghanistan that's even remotely somewhat sort of paved, and everything else is just literal goat trails through the mountains and stuff, right? Um, so you have to understand that. So I don't know for each deployment to each location, like how quickly can you learn that on the job in a war zone, like, and maybe if what you're talking about, you're not talking about being the tip of the spear, you're
No,
talking
no.
about being the rack that the spear kind of sits in at some point or something or
Right,
whatever, but
right.
um or maybe the whatever, the leather sheathing around the spear or something. But
Yep.
they go in, they take stuff. It's like, okay, we're advancing forward. We need you to hold this, right, or whatever. Like, okay,
Hmm.
that might not be so bad, and some of the nuances may be alleviated because of that. But that would be the only thing that worries me is that how do you tell? Like, seriously, I mean, is there anybody here, anybody in this chat? And I'm pointing fingers at myself too. That if you got airdropped in the middle of Ukraine, Russia, or you got airdropped in the middle of uh, Palestine, Israel, uh, could you tell the difference between one faction and the next, or one tank and the next, or one, or
Hmm.
like, and that's my point. Like, are the civilians, right? Could you tell the difference between civilians of one kind, civilians of another kind? And Vietnam is a great example of how that happened. I've got veteran
I'm
friends, and
sure gonna say that.
our Vietnam veterans are getting old to the point now they ain't gonna be many of them around for too long. So if you've got any out there that's willing to talk to you, by all means, I suggest you do. You'll learn a lot. But I've got a buddy still living that, and he's like, man, he's like, one day you're helping repair a bridge or a road, and that night while you're sleeping, that sucker tries to cut your throat. You know, and that kind of stuff. So if that was going on there, like I said, that was military that couldn't even tell the difference between one faction or whatever you want to call it and the other. So I don't know. Just that part of it, I guess worries me. I mean, you could definitely set up something, fast track boot camp, something to get some of the military basics down.
Yeah, but they can give you IR strobes, so they'll know friendly fire. But United States is known for knocking off friendly fire anyway. So hey, it goes with the territory.
Well, you could always have a liaison, right? You could always have somebody from the area, and that'd probably be wise anyway for a translator and many multiple other reasons, right? Have somebody from that area attached to every little unit that's there. That's one way I guess you could overcome part of that.
There's
Yeah,
stories out there concerning different wars that took place that people's personal experience you wouldn't believe. I talked with a cat. He was in tears talking about some of the stuff that went on in Vietnam, and one of the things he said that he was in a his job. He was a tractor trailer driver or whatever. And some kind of way, the truck was going for a village, and it was gonna kill them folks. Some had did something to the truck or something, and so he had to wreck the truck to keep from killing all them people. And them folks got him out. And a couple of days before he was missing, them folks got him out, and they helped him, you know, and because they realized that he saved all their lives, them women and children and all that kind of stuff, and they made some kind of I think he said it was a cross or something. They hung around the neck. All the black soldiers had around their neck. So when they came and did the raid, that's who they let live. Nah, that's one you would never hear told in public. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes, because you used to hear like, you had some conscientious objectives when it came down to going to the war because there was civil problems on this soil. Why would I go fight when I can't even get in the lunch line? You had all that kind of stuff when you're talking about that. But then they said that they saw where people actually extended the olive branch because they saw that this person put himself in harm to save some folks that had nothing to do with nothing. You're over there with a country, working with a country, doing things. It's just little small things like that where people, they end up hurt for the rest of their life, but yet they could have been dead. But somebody took a moment, and they gave it was some kind of little trinket that they had gave. I think it was some kind of like a necklace with a little bag or something. I don't know what it was. I had to get him to explain it if I ever see him again. What it was, he said, because I forgot. It's been a while. But you don't hear too many stories about things like that. And most of the people that I know, they don't say nothing. But
Right.
everywhere where you go, everybody is human beings. And we go and we say these people are this because of what somebody told us. Case in point, a few years back in history, let's go, I think about 30 something years. We used to hear this term, weapons of mass destruction. But did we ever see a illustration of what it looked like, what it is, how it's made, how it works? Do anybody know what a weapon of mass destruction is?
It's a
You mean
it's a very broad term, the same as what they use for assault weapon, right? Like
yep.
made up, basically.
well, no? Do you mean like sarin gas, mustard gas?
Right.
Because that's what they were
But
looking
again,
for.
it could be, like
It's a broad spectrum.
could also be a nuke. It could be a dirty bomb. It could be
That's the same shit we gave them. We gave Iraq to fight Iran.
anybody see a pattern here? Just saying.
And so when we told him not to use that stuff, and he told us to f off, then all of a sudden he's a terrorist. He's a criminal.
What you're seeing now is a direct result of the removal of Saddam Hussein. I hate to tell you that, but
Yep. He had the whole side of the world in check.
he was the crazy uncle that kept Iran in check.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't see Iran backing Hamas and everything like they're doing now with Hussein right there next door and in between them, basically. Like you wouldn't see that. He wouldn't go for it.
So, Bug,
Yes, sir.
how long do you think these a thousand person, I'd say 1,000 per state, okay?
Per state is 50 states.
Yeah. So
So that's
let's say
50,000. Mm-hmm.
there's 1,000 per state, okay?
Mm-hmm.
How long do you think they're going to be able to last?
I say they can do critical damage. They can do critical damage. A
Critical,
thousand,
like,
a thousand per state can do critical damage. Hold
because
on.
you got to
Whoever
remember
you are,
they have to re up on ammo and all that.
whoever you are in the back chat, you need to put a name and a picture up there because of what happened last Friday with this man. Oh,
Well,
Clovertech. Let me tell you what happened Friday. Clovertech. I mean, it's off subject, but I'm going to tell you what happened.
Hold
well,
on, hold on, hold
Skilly
on, hold on.
Skilly thought it was
So,
funny, so apparently it was a good one.
Clover Tech.
Now I'm
I'm gonna
telling
tell
you.
you. I'm gonna tell you about Bug. I'm gonna tell you about
Now
Bug.
you ain't finna tell nothing. Where you at? Where you at?
He identified.
Now, good. I'm good on the mouse today,
He
homeboy.
identifies
There's a nothing.
having to shake his head real.
No, shut up.
He'll sound like a rattlesnake.
Nah, my grandbaby love beads. And so she asked me to get some beads. I can call in here right now. She said, I took my beads from my money and I put them on my head. And so she tried to take mine off last night. Now, but so let me tell you what happened, Clovertech. So Friday, we having Funky Friday. We had barbecue on it. Barbecue graced our presence with said conversation that, okay, I'm just going to put it like this here. Barbecue said, if he was to give another man fellatio, he would be damn good at it. And we was like, whoa, what? And so he said, yeah, I think I'll be freaking excellent. Soon as he said that, the screen popped up like I got somebody in the backstage. The guy turned on the stage. He was laying down, moved his hand. This man was white as a piece of drumstick chicken doing this. And it was so quick that I got him off so quick. I wanted to be mad, but I wasn't mad. But I tried so quick.
Yeah, you gotta be careful who you let in, man.
Yeah, you got to be careful who you let in. So I just
Yeah, he was so fast with it, Clover, that he brought him back on again.
Yeah, I was so fast I brought him on. So I
Yeah.
just sent my brother the link, so I'm gonna see if this him. Turn your camera on.
Man, yeah, it is me, man.
Man, what's up, man? This is
What's
my little
up?
brother, y'all. This is my little brother, T Grizzly. T Grizzly, say what's up to the pounder, man. Skilly, Carl,
What's up?
Overtech,
Oh,
Paradise.
you thought I was old dude again?
Say Clovertech. Clovertech, man. It was so wild, bro. Like it was, I was
Sound
so
like it.
fast that I brought him back in and I hurried up and got him out. And I had to delete the live because I knew if I could have just cut that one
Oh,
little
that'd
part,
have been bad. Yeah.
what Barbecue said that he was blowing trumpets.
Oh my
That,
God.
that it would have went
Oh,
viral. It was so funny that when I rolled it back and we looked back at it, it was hilarious. I want to get mad, but I couldn't even get mad. I was just like, damn, I got. And so now, what's up, Nola Gun Guy? So now I'm sending the link to you. If I don't send the link to you, if I don't got your phone number to send you the link or your Instagram, you're not coming on. And tonight I want to have a real live show. That's why I didn't open it up for everybody.
yeah, you gotta
you
keep
got to
that.
watch it.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm
Yeah.
finna switch on to my computer here in a second, so you're gonna see my name swap up and down.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah,
And,
everybody I know that's ever just thrown a link out has regretted it. Like every single one of them.
yeah, because you got to be careful. But I'm not scared to send to throw the link out. It's just that I'm gonna have my hand on the ready to ban you because I'm gonna ban you. I'm already have it pulled up. I'm gonna ban you. You'll never ever.
So did you delete it, but you saved the footage, or did you?
No,
just
I
delete
had
it
to. I
all
watched
together?
the footage first because I tried to time exactly how.
No, I'm saying like, is it
He
still
don't-
in your?
he
Is
don't-
it still in your?
I don't
Content?
have it. Period. It's deleted.
Okay.
It's gone.
Okay.
It is completely gone.
The image he don't need it. The image is burned into his brain.
Yeah,
right
Oh
that's
yeah,
what
man.
I'm
I'm really. I'm listen. But hold up. So let me
He
show
had,
you.
he
Since
had
Carl,
nightmares at night over that stuff.
now listen. This is what Carl did. Carl said, "Dude, I said, I'm really like." And I'm on it like, I'm like, oh, let me get this off here. This YouTube, this dude can make me lose my channel. So that's all I'm thinking is get this cat up off here. Carl say. And then when I get him off, Carl just do this here. He say, And Carl was like, "Why did Bud take it out? Because I wanted to watch more." And I was like, "No,
Oh,
Carl,
you bitch.
you
You
cannot."
bitch.
That's for trying to slide it in on me. He said, "Carl was like, can I watch more?" But Clover Tech, the dude was no lie. The cat was like this. Clover Tech, laying in the bed, he had the camera like this.
Now, what are you trying to do? Burn it into my brain now?
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
trying
want
to
to.
get
I
you
don't want.
now. Cubs was like this.
I don't want to. I don't want to be thinking about that stuff
Yeah,
when I lay down
Can
and
we
go to
say
sleep.
Man,
pause?
Come on.
hey, that's really
No,
messed up. That man was
no,
he was a real fan of you, man.
no,
You know
hell
how
no. That hurt
dedicated
my heart.
fan he got to do that to
No,
you, man.
bro. I've been trolled before. I was like, "Who is this? Did Dude Knowledge get me?" I'm thinking, I'm looking at all the trolls. I said, I got Dude Knowledge in the chat. I got Barbecue, and then I said, I don't know. Carl probably done brought his boyfriend on, and I was like, man, what's burn? Shots fired.
And it was
But
a
listen,
white. It was a white dude.
man, this dude was pasty white. This dude looked like a
Hell to
chicken
no
leg.
brother.
He was
What?
you ever soak chicken inside of vinegar and the skin is white, and then you might have to burn the hairs off on the stove. You know, I'm from the country, I'm from Louisiana, so you know, we used to burn the extra feathers off. Dude was pasty white, and I said, I knew that the live was epic, but I was not gonna submit that to YouTube. They was gonna get rid of me. We finally got Tackleberry Bug. No, I deleted that instantly. Hey, I was deleting while we was on. Like, you're not going to YouTube. Goodbye, StreamYard. You're out of here. I
Hey,
got rid of it.
so
Man.
just tell the truth, Bug. You run a gay porn chat on the side, and that was one of your boys, and he has jungle fever. He came in for you.
Nah.
That's what it was.
Hey, if I did have that OnlyFans, I know, I'd made some money out there. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm talking about? Bruh, nah. Cuz come out.
And he came right after that statement, didn't he?
He came right after the statement with Barbecue. I was like, damn, Barbecue.
I blame Barbecue. So
I do blame Barbecue. I blame
He opened the door up. He opened the door up for it.
Man, why?
Yeah,
Barbecue.
all I
said,
know, I was driving.
You almost wrecked,
ran
didn't
through a traffic light, and the phone was on the floor, so I couldn't. I tried to go back and see what y'all were talking about. I couldn't find it.
I know I deleted it.
No, I'm saying while you was still on, I went back to the other one and tried to slide back. I couldn't.
It was
catch
live
up.
and not recording. I don't have it recorded now. I have it. When they go to YouTube, it'll record after the show. It ain't recording as I broadcast no more because I wait. Because some side lives I don't even want to keep. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna look at depending on what I do, and especially if I got some copyrights, I know I'm not keeping it. So if you want
Is there a way you can make it where you don't publish it and it just be there?
Yeah, but YouTube still gonna see it when you don't publish.
Yeah, it don't matter for
It don't matter
concerned, as long as it's on there.
If it's on there, they're gonna see it. I didn't want them to see it. So soon as the live, listen, we was on live. Almost 5 hours?
3 hours?
Now 5.
Yeah.
About 4 or 5 hours. So I just made sure.
I left early. Yeah,
I got rid of it. That's why I extended it. I was like, well, they're gonna have AI looking at the videos. Let me get this up out of here. So I got it up out of there, man. I was like,
you could have
the
had
way you described it. The way you described it, the AI probably just think it was a chicken.
Bro, the dude was pasty white. Man, listen, he wanted to get a reaction, Clover Tech, but he didn't even get a reaction on me because I'm thinking my mind was, I thought my mouth was like this, and that was the wrong thing to do is have your mouth open while somebody dusts in there. But I didn't. I went and looked at my face. I was looking at my face. My face was like, and it was serious. Like, let me get him up out of here. I got him out of there so quick. Listen, it was like 3 seconds. This dude had a 3-second debut, but he showed a lot of 3 seconds.
New.
Nah, I know.
That ain't nothing new because we used to chat years ago. Them chat rooms is pretty much just like the StreamYard is. Once you get that link out there, they jump in there and come in. They would like Yahoo Messenger was where they, on the backside.
Oh, Yahoo. Boy, them boys
that was
Yahoo and AOL.
Yahoo.
Back in the day, man, and this is late 90s, early 2000s probably, but Yahoo and AOL message chat room thing.
Yeah.
That was wild back in the day, man.
Hey,
Talk about wild.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what else was wild.
But the chicks was wild at least too in that.
Bro,
so that was a good.
Yahoo Messenger, you used to see some stuff that you didn't want to see. Listen, you'll get like one good picture and 100 trash. I ain't even gonna go there, bro. We gonna let the memories die, bro.
Right.
That hurt. Yeah, bro. I was like, what the? Man, I'm serious. I could have sworn somebody sent me an Arby's sandwich, and I was like, what the? I mean, you got to the point where you weren't even excited to open the messages no more.
You don't even
I
open them no
seen a
more.
chick. There was a chick
You,
one time. She wanted to show off. This was when you could do video, so it was a little later on. But she was like wanted to show off her Tweety Bird tattoo.
uh-huh.
And I was thinking like it's on her shoulder. I'm thinking, no, dude, it wasn't. Tweety Bird was eating a tuna fish sandwich, boy. Like holy moly, look at this. The chick got Tweety Bird on her thing down there. Like that ain't even right. Bug got
Oh
muted.
yeah, saw some stuff in the chat
Now,
today.
somebody called the phone. Yeah, man, it was just I got y'all, and I ain't mad, but you know what I'm saying. They go with the territory live. I'm just got to be. I was too free because I'm the only person that still was dropping links. Just have a link out there, you know, probably me and Skilly. But Skilly be on Sunday, so don't nobody got time to be devious doing church.
Too much love in your heart, man. Keep those links to
That's
yourself.
gonna happen
Screw
on
everybody.
Zoom though. People was having a city council meeting in one of these little towns near here, and they had a Zoom meeting back during COVID, and the link was public, and they popped up. All of a sudden, they looked over there. It was like, oh my god!
Yeah.
Probably the same
Well, there was that newscaster guy too.
That was naked. He jumped up and
too.
And he stood up and he was like neck down there. The cuz was like, I remember that.
Yeah.
But man, look, I just what's up, 12, man? I appreciate you for coming in and Nola Gun Guy. But I'm gonna say this, y'all. If it's a strong possibility it won't, but just in case, you never know. If it was a fifth, we all be drunk, but you never know. If say these aliens turn out to be not who they portray to be, what do y'all think we do as Americans? We're gonna start with you, Paradise, because that's Martin Luther King. What his name is?
Y'all talking about Malcolm Luther, my alter ego.
Yeah, Malcolm Luther. Yeah, Malcolm Luther. Paradise. Seriously, Martin Luther Kennedy. Yeah. So he Kennedy, Martin, and Malcolm all in one. Damn, that's a hell of a combination.
Well, I can't tell you what I would do because I keep looking at what's done happened in history. Now, these are pretty much neighbors. What we talking about? We talking about folks from just south of the border. But and I look back, I'm like, man, just in the South, you all but had to have a passport for some of the southern states, you know. So I can't really say, you know, because here's the thing. What happened when you go back in history? Just look up the Trail of Tears.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you something else. Go to the Museum of Science and Industry in Washington, D.C., and go into the Indian exhibit and just go in and find where the letters is put on the wall that was written to the president, and just stand in there about 2-3 hours and just read, walk around and just look at the artifacts and just read the letters that the people wrote, asking for clemency, asking for some assistance, or asking for just treat me right, you know, after all the things that my family and my lifestyle has done and all of this. And then all I'm asking for is 2 things or 3 things. Just read some of those letters and stuff like that. And then go back and sit down and say, when do we ever start to have a heart? You know, I mean, what if, and then I turn back around and say, what if it got so bad in here that they start sneaking back where they come from and we sneaking with them?
But listen, you gonna laugh when I say this, bro. This is the thing. Some Mexicans are going back to Mexico. That's crazy, right? That's crazy. That is crazy, bro. Like real talk.
Some parts of Mexico are nice. I'm just saying.
Man, it's beautiful, bro. Like,
yeah.
I mean, bro, when you start going into the interior,
some parts around the border ain't.
Hey, no. You have to go into the interior.
Yeah.
You have to go into the interior of Mexico. When you go into the interior of Mexico, that's a whole nother world. Man, I'm talking about good fruit. I mean, beautiful. Beautiful, man. I'm talking about it's beautiful down there, bro. It's beautiful.
Baja pretty nice.
Man, I'm telling you, I was supposed to go to Argentina this month with a friend of mine. He's going to Argentina a little later on this month. And we're supposed to stay down there for 2 weeks. My damn passport ain't came in. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I sure want to go. I would love to go down there because he went down there with $2,000. Stayed down there for 2 weeks. Came back and he still had $800 in his pocket. And
I know
lived like a
people.
king.
I know people that go dove hunting in Argentina every year, and they say it's a blast. They're like a dove, man. God, they're like you can't bring them back, unfortunately. But you know, they usually donate them to food shelters and things. You know, there locally. But they're like, oh my God, you go down there and spend 2 or 3 days and just kill the crap out of dove. They say like it's insane in Argentina with dove.
Hey, look, Joe talking about you don't want to go down there. I don't know, dog. I really want to go. When he showed me the videos of the time he had, but he is a little lighter complected than me. But I was gonna go out there and have a little fun, you know what I'm saying? We was gonna have a villa, you know, personal chef the whole time we down there, you know. All the alcohol we can drink, and he spent majority of his time drunk. You know what I'm saying? So, but I want to go, man. It's just something different, bro. I like to try new things every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Except for people coming on my live naked. I don't want to try that ever again. Not ever again.
Well, maybe it's a chick. That'd be all right.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be awesome. 2 hot chicks. You can even bring a big chick. I ain't tripping.
That's what I'm saying. I don't care if they hot. Just 2 chicks, man.
Yeah, just 2 chicks is hot.
They could be old grandma chicks for all I care. Just be
Clover, we're not gonna go there for a homeboy.
Hey now.
We got to have some type of criteria. Hey,
my wife's a grandma. She's still pretty hot. What are you talking about?
Hey, look. Hey, I'm a grandpa. Say, hey, check it out, man. You know what I'm saying? I think my boy Tank got something he want to say. Y'all check him out. Hold on, man. What's up? My computer's lagging today. NAGA in Texas is hosting a community discussion next Saturday about violence in our community and the effect it has on our children. I sent the info to Bug. So if y'all want that info, man, hit me up on IG. Or if you got my number, hit me up on my number. I'm gonna put it on my IG. I'm gonna post it for them, and y'all check it out, man, and go check it out, bro. So that's gonna be for the Dallas-Fort Worth area. In North Texas. So y'all check that out, man. The NAGA event coming up. I just gave you the link and you could have came in and talked about it. You know what I'm saying? We got the light-skinned Dennis Rodman. He want us to do his work, but it's okay. That's what it's for. We're here for you, brother.
Tank being stuck up out there.
Yeah, he being stuck up. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? His hair ain't red no more, so he start acting funny. And what we got here? DJ Play Nice. What's up, DJ Play Nice? Man, look, bro. Appreciate you for coming in, DJ Play Nice. Always, man. I appreciate you for your support, brother.
You saying Tank ain't got the sexy red going on no more?
Nah, he don't got to say he don't feel sexy. Hold up, bro. No, he got me. He baited me in. See, and that's why naked people coming on here. It's probably somebody had skinny head come through here. You know what I'm saying? See, you don't know who the culprit is now. You don't know who the culprit is now. You see this paradigm, bro? You see what we dealing with, bro?
No, it's because you suspect, Bug. You always say some shit like that.
Damn.
Hey, man.
You do be saying some stuff. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, I do say some stuff, but I'm surrounded by the JJ homeboy. I'm seeing a nice, beautiful.
Oh my God!
Stop, Miss Empress Towers, Teo in the building. I'm gonna be respectful, Empress Teo. But y'all hit that back check, and we can talk about it. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about it. I'm surrounded by Virginia, and I ain't talking about the state. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Talk about you surrounded by virgin.
No, Virginia. You never watch Beavis and Butthead? Virginia. They're talking about vagina, bro. Come on, dog. Come on. Oh. Virginia, vagina. God, leave you slow. It's okay, bro. It's okay. It's okay. Drop the link. I just sent the link to your text message, Tank. Look at your link. I'm not putting the link out there for grounds of one of your friends might come back on here and
I'm gonna go post it on Snapchat.
I don't give a trust me. I got the link in.
I'm gonna go post the link on Snapchat. We finna get it. We finna turn it up, man.
No, we not. We turn up Friday. Now you come in for Friday, anything goes Friday. But the day we talking about something serious, man. Like, what y'all gonna do? Do y'all got some iron? Do you got a Baofeng or Motorola, a two-way radio, a ham radio? Do you got some survival stuff?
You gonna have to have all of it.
I got that already. I got
Bugs,
it,
brother. In lieu of him being suspect, I'll tell you about a situation that happened not too long ago. Courtney was in town, and in his apartment, a video was taken of Courtney kissing.
See, let me tell you something. See, as a show host, you have the right to turn people in and out.
Is Courtney a man or a woman?
We can't hear you, Carl. We can't hear you.
Y'all can't hear me.
Nah, we
Since
can't
you
hear
are
Carl.
close to him,
I mean,
I need you to get that.
I'm saying, is
We
Courtney a
need
man or a woman?
Courtney is a
Courtney is
blood
a
relation
man.
brother.
It
Courtney's a
look like
man.
Yeah.
What y'all kissing for?
there it is.
Y'all ain't Italian.
Hey, so let me be clear about something. Skilly is from Detroit. That's the fake ass. That's the fake ass D-town. We done took that title and shit.
Hey, hold up. Show it
Cause they're
again.
like, there's 3 niggas in D-town and shit in Detroit and shit.
Because
We
everybody
done
moved to
took y'all
Florida.
shit.
Hey, show them again, Paradise. Show them your Bofang, man. Y'all check this out. This is a ham radio. Y'all get y'all one of these, bro. This just in case the communication go down, man. Everything gonna go back low tech.
I
Now
can't
that
get
was
on ham
actually
radio because that's that shit not kosher and shit. You know what I'm saying?
that was a Kenwood. That
I
wasn't
know
no
it don't matter.
Bowfang in the car.
Yeah, just show them your. Whoa, this man got a real radio. Look
That's
at him.
old ass.
It's so he got it in portrait mode. It's kind of like where you can see, but
Yeah,
you can't.
there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. See, it's
Hey,
like a
that's
CD.
hey. Is there like one of the radios that was on that movie 2012?
Yes.
You remember when dude was on top of the mountain
Yeah.
with a
Yeah.
He
little
be
woody
he be
harrison?
mixing Earth, Wind, and Fire with that shit. Yeah.
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 That's a I'll give you some links. Sway, I'll give you some links. And you can check it out, bro.
That was
Like
an RCI 29.
Hey, cause I ain't gonna lie, I showed it's coming. I
That was
feel
an
it's coming.
RCI 2970 N2.
okay.
And back then with
All
that
that he said didn't mean that. What? Huh?
with that radio, he still got block punt amps and RCA speakers.
Man,
Boy, you went back.
I wish I could show you the amplifier.
Hey, look, I say, I bet you could talk 200 miles on that joint. He boosted. He boosted up. But now, Sway, I'm gonna give you a list, man, that Uncle Ben had got us for Survivor Saturday, and I'm gonna shoot it to you, bro. And I'm gonna give you the links and stuff to Amazon and how to get a lot of this stuff, man. We got Joe Bobby in the building.
It don't cost that much. No.
It don't. So what you got to say, Joe Vacu? Because you did say something to when Clover Tech said, that wasn't Clover Tech, that was Diesel. When Diesel TV came in, when you said that, when Diesel said, who said it was 1,000 people wasn't enough? I think it was Clover Tech. Clover Tech, you said it was 1,000 people that wasn't enough to disrupt the United States, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what was your rebuttal, Joe? Because I saw you in the chat.
Well, I mean, that's a simple oversimplification, I think, of what I said, but yeah.
You said she don't think 1,000 people. You saying like in one area or all over?
No, listen. Listen to the scenario. The scenario is hold on. What's going on, Mom? What's coming? It's 1,000 people per state.
Yeah, that'll make a difference. You got to think about the smaller states.
There's 50 states. If I do 50 times 1,000, that's 50,000.
Okay,
all right, so just say
the population of the U.S. is 330 million.
Do you think for a second though, even if it's 1,000, do you think for a second, like even in states that are anti-gun or whatever, let's look at like gangs and cartels and stuff, right?
Okay, right.
You think for a second gangs and cartels, this is where we boil it down and we've all got stuff in common. You think for a second like a gang, inner city gang or a cartel, border town cartel is going to put up with that kind of crap? Like they're going to be in the fight quick alongside law enforcement, alongside National Guard, whatever. Like it's not going to be no easy thing. Like, I'm not saying that they ain't gonna cause trouble. I'm not sitting here and saying that we ain't gonna. There won't be a loss of life. There won't be massive, massive property damage or whatever. But it's not gonna completely bring the country to its knees. That's what I'm getting.
All right, hey, how you doing? Thanks for having me on. Let me address that, right? So, what 1,000 people do I have? Do I got 80% Nimrods? That's just muscle.
No, he's saying 1,000 machine militia.
All right.
Yeah, these people got a whip. They got a task. They got a task and they got training.
But listen to me. All right. So if they're trained, depending upon the level of training, think about this right here, right? September 2001, right? October 2001, we essentially toppled Bin Laden's forces with 24 Muldoons and airstrikes, right? And some CIA dudes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get the right 1,000 people, right, I'll break that number down to 500. If you get the right teams in there and they're
That'll
doing
do a
the right
lot of damage.
things, I can do a lot of damage with them. And it's
For real.
just as far as not even doing like kinetic engagements, i.e., I'm not shooting. Look at your infrastructure, right? This country moves on infrastructure. So if I shut down your infrastructure, I can cripple your country, right? I can compartmentalize your country. I can make artificial shortages, delays in your food, delays in your transportation. I can cut down your gas networks and everything else. And to do stuff like that, I don't even need shooters. I just need some geeks. Right? Just to shut down your critical infrastructure.
For that, you don't even need to be in the country, though.
Yeah, but it works out better if you're in the country because now I can go into phase 2, right? I can sow discomfort, discontent, and monitor it, right? So I don't need a whole bunch of people to, as we like to say, start a revolution, right? And I can do that city by city, region by region, and just start collapsing stuff. And like they said, if I install fear in the populace, that's even better because now you don't trust anyone. You don't trust the cops and all this other stuff. Someone said the cops and all this and everything else. It's like this right here, man. A lot of people always say this. Everyone has a plan until they're punched in the face. Everyone wants to be a gangster until it's gangster shit to do. Everyone that's riding around here with this fucking Mullen Lob, 2-way, you can have my gun and all this. The motherfuckers ain't really that fucking committed, brother. I'm telling you now, a lot of these motherfuckers ain't that fucking committed. When push fucking comes to shove, a lot of them ain't that fucking committed, right? As far as just causing havoc in the population, if I take down your critical infrastructure, right? I take down your banking, your electric grid, your water, your trucking, your gasoline, complete chaos. Complete chaos. How long does it take to get a transformer back up on the line? Anyone knows? If I completely blow a transformer, well, let's even look at this right here. Last year or 2 years ago, how many attacks were there on power plants? Right, one attack in North Carolina shut down damn near 1 million people, and that was a low skill attack. That was just someone with a high powered rifle shooting into a transfer station. It doesn't take much, and we all got these radios and everything else. Unless your shit's encrypted and you know how to encrypt it, it's not really doing any good because it can get hacked, it can get intercepted, you can listen to it. Unless you got brevity codes and everything else where you can transmit in the open, you're good. But unless you're doing fucking shit, man, a next level encryption on it, consider your shit compromised. And don't even get on it because if someone's looking for you, you can find, fix, locate, and destroy just by your radio signals. Because we're not smart enough to do comms on the move or to have our shit where we're peaking at data at rest, where you're not continuously broadcasting over the same channels, the same frequencies with the same location. Right?
Go ahead. Get technical then, Joe.
There's shit out there you can go and you can assemble and you can buy yourself already pre-assembled to where you can shut down communications or you can intercept communications. And it ain't that expensive and shit.
Hey, they got that little zipper thing on Amazon, and that baby like 30-some bucks. It's a little orange thing that can shut down iPhones just by being in the vicinity of it. And they press it and lock your phone up and shut your phone down.
Yeah, well, so you can also you got frequency blockers and jammers. So whenever someone that's real important comes by, say the president, Mr. Potato Head, his motorcade's coming by. There's a reason why all the cell phones don't work because they got jammers on there. It's illegal to possess one of those and use one of those unless you have an FCC license and permission to do it, unless you're the government, right? In certain buildings, you ever notice how come your cell signals don't work because they shield them.
Yeah,
right?
like by prisons. Like if you're
Yeah.
going down 45, if you're going down Interstate 45 going toward Houston, and you be getting right there by Madisonville, when you get right there by Huntsville, before you get to them prisons, like when you get by the prison at a certain, I know it used to happen to me around about 9 o'clock not between 9 and 4 in the morning. When I used to drive through there, I had a route going to Houston every day. I get there, my phone would just cut off until I pass, until I get to
there's certain
Madisonville and
things,
then
right?
turn back on.
There's certain things like with everyone's familiar with wave propagation and wave theory and all other shit. There's certain materials that absorb radio waves, certain materials that reflect or deflect them. So if you know what to do, you can do that. Now you can go the non-destructive route. Carbon fiber filaments will disrupt power lines. We learned that by accident, right?
Mm-hmm.
Learned that back in the 90s. Guys out in the bombing run out in San Diego, some of that shit flew in the power lines and it disrupted it and shut it down. But that was like a non-destructive means. So you got, like, with less than 1,000 people, if I got some truly dedicated dudes like they did in Israel, dudes that's like really willing to die, all it takes is one dude to drive a fucking semi-truck or steal a dozer and run into a power station. That's initiated to kick everything off.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You start doing your critical hubs and everything else, your communication towers, right? Cell towers, because everyone's dependent upon cell.
The army bases, whatever they know that that's an armory store.
No, I wouldn't even, why do that? Why engage in a fight you can't win? Because remember,
exactly,
the United States military does not have a mandate to operate on U.S. soil as long as the Posse Comitatus Act is in place. So that means that you would have to rely on your state militias and your National Guard. Some states do have militia.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like you educated me to get your own group together and get your shit tight. Basically what you're saying.
Hey, we've been saying that for the last 2 years.
It ain't that easy though.
Hey, hold up. Let me put a disclaimer out there. This is all shit seen on the news and in Nat Geo.
Well, I ain't say it was easy. Ain't nothing easy, but I'm saying by what he's saying. He's saying he's advised. Well, I ain't gonna say he's, but the clue that I get or what I'm getting around is start to do your drill, start to get a team together that's reliable.
Huh?
Yeah,
I'll say it this way.
You have to understand, right?
You need a community.
I go to sleep and I dream that I'm going to wake up and there's zombies and everything else. I'm just going to go shooting and doing this. Survival is a lot more than just fucking rounds and shooting shit. You got to have, you have to have your necessities: food, water, shelter. You have to have a plan, right? I got a fucking 8x8 vehicle. I got 3,000 gallons of gasoline, but I ain't got no fucking place to go. Right? I don't have any stores along the routes. I have no place to go with all that shit. I got 12,000, 15,000 rounds of ammo. I can't carry all that shit. It sounds Gucci. It sounds Gucci to have all that stored, but realistically, you can't move all that stuff.
And that's true.
So the logistics of it is just that. It's all about logistics. It's all about, great, I got it. How the fuck am I going to maintain my vehicle? Right? At some point, those vehicles break down. Everyone's talking about all the shit we left in Afghanistan. At some point, that shit breaks down. You can jerry-rig it, but it's not going to function as it should. I think they're trying to sell those Black Hawks and everything else. They can't maintain them. In the U.S., we have a hard time maintaining those. We got the dudes that fucking design.
That's right.
Funny but true story.
You need to get your dial up together, Joe.
Again?
You need to get your dial up together.
What's right? I ain't got dial.
Sound like it.
I got jokes. Right on. But now, just think about that right there, man. we all got these Bofangs and everything else. Bofangs are made in China, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, somewhere.
So, what makes you think that they didn't put a back door in that to kill it if they had to?
You don't see no paperwork for this old or this old.
But like you were saying though, the cells run off towers. Like when 911 happened, the building came down. There was cell towers on top of that thing. A lot of the phone network went down then. It was quite some time before it was back substantiated. So, what form of communications would a person be able to establish to do just regular everyday well-being and checking on? That's where your line of sight radios or your whatever you got that you can utilize with airwaves, just ordinary airwaves. And yes, they can be blocked, but yet you got to work on multiple things. But when you'll say you can't depend on the cell phone or anything that they tell you to use.
Yeah. So Skilly said it. Develop a network, have brevity codes and everything else, because information is key and good information is the master key. So, you can go, like you said, you can establish repeater sites. If you know someone that lives on the side of a mountain, up on top of the mountain, just go and look where the old television antennas used to be and the FM radio antennas, because you can still broadcast on that. You can do moon bounces. You can do AM's great because that travels here, and you can bounce that signal off the else and get it. So you can also run number stations. It didn't broadcast any words, broadcast numbers. You have a numbers book and you see what that meant. So there's a multitude of things you can do without giving away too much skill craft or field craft. Learn how to do dead letter drops. Like, hey man, what's your signal for when the popo or when the DT's on? What do you do? Right? So all your communications you have to work out yourself. Ham radios, CBs are probably the best, because
I'm down with the old-fashioned CB. It doesn't require a license, and you can do quite a bit with the old-fashioned CB radio. They start out with 40 channels, but actually you got about 300 channels. And then the other thing is just the regular, ordinary, old-fashioned CB. Go to single sideband. You don't even have to have that much power.
What about
that's the option.
What about the scavengers? So, like, how would you have, like, you trying to tell your people, and somebody who just a scavenger trying to come and get you too?
So that's why
you gotta have like secret, like you say, secret codes and secret languages.
You don't talk in plain text.
Yeah.
You always talk. You have brevity codes. Yeah. So, and you establish all that shit prior. So, again, man, if you think this shit's gonna be like the fucking Living Dead and you're just gonna roll out and like the gas station pumps still fucking work, that shit runs off electricity. After a while, power generation stations go down. Your nuclear generations, they overheat. You're gonna have dead zones. When I mean dead zones, think of Chernobyl. That shit's gonna fucking overheat. Right? You have core rupture. Yeah, how are you gonna get your food, man? During COVID, it was funny because you're seeing people fighting over packs of chicken and toilet paper.
Right.
And that shit wasn't even that serious.
It wasn't that serious. And listen, during COVID, I had a neighbor, and I was like, bro, I'm gonna go get some water. And we went and got some barrels with some beans and rice and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And the 50 gallon drums. And he was like, yeah. He said, I see you don't keep your stuff at home. I said, nah, He said, well, I'm not. I said, why you ain't buying you nothing? He said, why I'm gonna buy something when all these people done bought all the stuff? I already know where I'm gonna take my stuff from. Yeah. And I mean, when he said that, bro, they gave me a whole new outlook. This was during the COVID. This when they got serious, kind of serious when everybody was running, no toilet paper, no beans, the food wasn't even in Walmart. And he said, man, when this food ran out this deep freezer, why am I gonna go spend my money and I can go right there. He started pointing at P apartment because he been watching them. He's sitting in the house the whole time just watching them. And then it made me think about it. I was like, man, we amongst wolves. It's really wolves out here.
You'll be surprised at what desperate people are doing, desperate times. And Tank, I sent that comment in the back chat. We do have the skill set for it. We just don't exercise it, or we don't get out and think we need to hone it. It's there. You can do it. You just have to want to do it. We live on our supply chain is based off of a just-in-time model. So 3 days is max. Like the truck will be in on Tuesday. Most stores get a truck Tuesday and Thursday, or Monday and Wednesday, whatever.
Or Saturday or something like that.
So
depending on the restaurant.
Yeah, you live on a just-in-time supply chain economy. It works because it's profitable. You don't spend a lot of money. In order to hold something, I got to store it. In order to store it, it's going to cost me money. I got to secure it, inventory it, do all of that shit. Got to worry about shrinkage, which is theft. So, go back to the pandemic when they rationed everyone to one pack of chicken. And it was fighting like, dude, you don't need 3 packs of chicken. It's just the psychological effect of not being able to have it or it not being there when you're used to it. So psychologically, you can do more damage. That's why PSYOPs and miso campaigns are so fucking important.
That's wrong.
You can move a whole population. Like if you want to go out and do something, you can start sending out messages, start spreading rumors like they're giving away free rice and water at the police department such and such time. People start spreading that shit, and then people start going there. And then you're left to operate however you want to operate in a less restrictive environment. It's a big game, man. It's a big game.
Yeah. It's just crazy though, but I don't know, man. Like with the way things going, bro, and it seems like everything escalating. We got the Israeli stuff we helping Ukraine. Then we still got to watch this Taiwan and China thing. Like the United States military is going to be spread thin.
Not really.
You don't think so?
No. So remember.
And what about the border?
And the border.
Yeah, the border. That's the Department of Homeland Security. That's a National Guard issue and everything else. Because remember, the military can't operate on U.S. soil without the Posse Comitatus Act. And when you do that, that's when you start getting into shit you don't want to venture into.
That's when martial law starts.
Well, not so. A lot of people don't even know what martial law is and shit. They say it, but it's not. Like the true definition of martial law is when the military takes control of it and they suspend all civil courts. Everything's handled by a military tribunal. I want to say the last time we had martial law in the U.S. was like in the 1800s in New Orleans when they occupied New Orleans. I could be wrong. You could check me on it and shit. But everyone always saying martial law, martial law, martial law. It's not true martial law and shit. So you don't want it to go that far. The U.S. military is designed to be able to fight 2 simultaneous wars on 2 different war fronts, right? That's how it's designed. And then you also you rely a lot on technology to where, for the most part, I can conduct a campaign from the air or from the sea, right? That's that triad. But you still got to put boots on the ground to clean shit up. You're never going to fucking win the war, the engagement, without people physically on the ground. It's just my opinion. It's echoed by a lot of other people.
Hey, Afghanistan showed that. They still had to put people on the ground.
Afghanistan was fucked up politics.
Yeah.
And people not understanding how wars are fought and won. So those are the politicians and shit. Those are the dudes that's fucking playing video games.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, he said, Parrot, I found it. I told you.
Yeah, 1863.
1863, President Lincoln imposed a congressional authorized martial law on Maryland and Missouri. Wow.
You know, so you got that, man. So like the government's or the president's power to use the U.S. military on U.S. soil is very limited. Now, has there been operations that the U.S. military conducted on U.S. soil?
Yes.
Hell yeah. But guess what? They had the authorization to do it. And a lot of those dudes got honey bucketed to FBI, Secret Service, and shit like that. It makes it legal.
Yeah, that's crazy. Look, he said
So
if
there
you
you go right
just
there.
he said if you just wipe the entire country, ain't no need for boots on the ground, in my opinion. Hey, look, that's what me and Carl was saying. Like with the Israel stuff, if you really just want to stop that, just kaboom. And I'm gonna say something that's gonna be very controversial. And Clover Tech, I'm gonna ask you your opinion on this, brother. All this illegal immigration, what do you feel about C-Rats on the border? Mechanized C-Rats and drones.
The fuck is a C-Rat?
What is it? Man, you know the
C-Ram?
C-Ram. You know what I'm trying to say? C-Ram. C-Ram.
One that's inhumane that goes against the Geneva Conventions.
Screw the Geneva Convention. We've been invaded now.
You can't do that.
What if we put landmines on the border? That goes
Can't
against the
do that.
Geneva Convention.
Nope.
You can't do that.
What if ranchers have the right to pop anybody on their land, right?
You could do that, and then it's up to the local prosecutors.
Yeah.
The prosecutor
what-
could do that.
Depends on what area. Yeah.
Yeah. So just remember this, Bug. Like right now, there's estimated 20 to 25 U.S. citizens that's missing in Israel or in the Gaza Strip, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many dumb fucking U.S. dudes go, oh, I want to go here. Hey, don't go there.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go there. And the U.S. policy is not to negotiate with terrorists.
Right.
Right. There's
Right.
one organization that if deemed necessary, if you have a U.S. hostage, they will go in and get them. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the FBI will negotiate, but there's one organization that's their fucking bread and butter. It's CT and HR. That's all they do. Right.
Mm-hmm.
They do it and they do it very well. Now, people are smart. They learn. They're not keeping all their hostages in one location. They split them up in different locations. Now it takes a very sophisticated, coordinated strike. You cannot get all that equipment in place in under 48 hours to do that. So I got to run intel, got to develop networks and everything else to do that. So it will be open day on Americans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone knows, man, we do stupid shit overseas.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
The problem with the whole Israel situation, Hamas is not a state player. So Hamas isn't a nation state. So you can't penalize them like you could North Korea,
Korea, something with tariffs and all that
Iran,
stuff.
Syria.
Standing army.
Yeah. Hamas doesn't have any territory I can go in and bomb. They just got the Gaza Strip. Gaza Strip is very, very densely populated, right? Borders Israel, it borders Egypt, and what's the other country it borders? I'm at a loss right now.
Lebanon.
I was just going to say Lebanon.
No, I think Lebanon's on the other side. Yeah.
Jordan.
I'm not sure, but it's that.
One
that's
side is
borders,
one
right?
side is the ocean, the other side is Egypt, the other side is Israel.
Israel, exactly. Yeah. So that's a strip, and that's why their attack was legit. They came in by the ocean. They used paragliders and they blew holes in the fences to get into the Gaza Strip. Fucking beautiful.
Yeah, it was that was well calculated.
That shows a high level of sophistication
and planning
that is out of Hamas's grasp. So that shows that there's a state actor involved that gave them the training. Iran. We all know that Iran supports or supported ISIS in Afghanistan and in Iraq, right?
Yeah.
All other shit. Everyone says that when Saddam got toppled, that created the power vacuum for Iran to expand? Yes and no, because there was competent and capable people there. One of the things that created that turmoil is we gave those terrorists, the starting of ISIS, a finishing camp when we locked them all up in the same fucking prison. They got together and developed their networks.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, oh, let them out, let them out. Like, all right.
Which you should have never let them out.
Yep. So
you should have just, hey, I'm finna see it. Eradicated them. Once they was deemed a threat, would you let them go for the regroup?
Well, see, you can't do that, man, because you got all these people.
Come on. I know you're trying to say it without saying it. I get you.
Well, you have all these people that don't understand, and they're just not worldly enough to understand that some of these people don't have an issue with throwing everyone that's on this panel, put them in a fucking orange jumpsuit, cutting their fucking heads off, put them in a cage and pouring gasoline on them and videotaping it or throwing them off a fucking building. There's people out there that's just that fucking dedicated. So if you go up against someone that's just that dedicated, you have to be that dedicated and then some. A lot of people don't have the stomach for it.
Right. Yeah, right.
And that's just the God's honest truth. There's a select few that have the stomach and that's willing to do it. Most of us don't. You know, most of us, Thanksgiving's going to come up. I'm going to the store, stand in line, going to argue over a fucking turkey that's already killed. And you got the necks cut off and the giblets in the bag. I'm not man enough to go out there and dispatch my own turkey.
And waiting on Black Friday to get some blue jeans for $5.
Yep. Well, that's true, man. Right? Look at the shit we do to our kids, and look at the model that China does to their children. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I got it. We give our kids cell phones and tablets and sneakers. The Chinese kids is making that shit. So if you don't think the motherfuckers is pissed off.
Right.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot. That's a lot. But I don't know, man. You know, they say that I know that we got a Geneva condition, the Geneva Convention. Yeah, I can't speak because I really want to say. I just feel like every country should have the right to put landmines on their border, and you should have a right to not prosecute homeowners and landowners on the border.
Well, there was an international treaty against the that banned the use of landmines. Because right now, one of the weapons of war that kills more people every year
old landmines.
Abandoned landmines, right?
Yeah, abandoned landmines, yeah.
The U.S., we are not a party to that treaty. The problem with putting landmines on our border is, again, it's our border. So as a U.S. citizen, I got the right to cross the border to come back over. You know? And if little Johnny starts fucking becomes an amputee, it becomes an issue. So the optics and the metrics of that, you don't want to do that because now you're not the home of the free and all the bullshit. So it's
like when they put razor wire on the border, on the southern border, not too long ago.
Yeah, that was Texas.
It's some inhumane bull crap for somebody to do something like that.
Why? Why? I feel like you need to go through the proper. See, I don't know. I might be wrong. I feel like you put some CRAMs, and you make sure you have a man to verify targets. And once you step on the United States soil, and you didn't come in the right way, with a 50 millimeter cannon.
So wait a minute. So you have a right. You have a right to citizens arrest somebody that comes on your property if they come in your backyard, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have a right to, I guess, aggress somebody,
right?
If they're on your property.
That's trespassing. Yeah, they trespass, right?
But you can't do that for the U.S. border. Something's fucked up here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this don't make sense.
Carl, was that Carl talking?
Yeah, that was Carl, bro.
Okay, look, I'm the same. I feel the same way, big bro. How everybody doing, Kings and Queens? How y'all doing?
What's going on,
bro?
How are you?
Today my birthday. I turned 38 today.
Happy C-Day, dog.
Happy birthday, fool.
Happy C-Day, cuz.
You gotta leave the cuz off there, bro.
Oh, cuz. Happy C-Day for you.
But anyway, appreciate it, big bro.
Yeah.
This is how I feel, right? My little brother was going to be a Navy SEAL, right?
My little brother is the cream of the crop. He a Marine. He don't like nothing else. If it's not a Marine Air Force, he don't fuck with it. Because like that dedication, whoever we keep talking about the certain dedication, and the certain people got the stomach for it.
That's Joe.
They do, right? My little
Not
brother
all
done
of them.
done told me certain shit, and he done seen certain shit, right? The first thing that I want to establish though, is all this shit is on the world stage. That's the first thing, right? So Hamas and these in Israel been fighting this war since the beginning of time, right? We don't hear about Russia in whatever the other Ukraine. That shit is gone. We're not gonna even hear about that no more. We're not gonna talk about that no more.
Unless they want some money.
Right. Yeah. So on CNN and all these networks, they own. The shit is just absolutely gone now. We're not talking about that no more, right?
Right.
I always ask this question on this panel. The first thing, right? I know everybody got cell phones and all this shit, right? I grew up in project housing. When Razor phones was the first phones that we really started to see real actual video on, right?
Right. I got my first click on the
when
Razor.
something happens, right? When something happens, the majority of the time you're catching the aftermath. You're catching the aftermath. I listen to Dick Gregory. Dick Gregory say, man, do the critical thinking or you gonna get fooled. They gonna get you every time. So I always ask myself, when some shit kick off, how the fuck the cameras is there and know when that shit finna get kicked off like that? That's what I always ask myself, no matter what it is. The problem is, it's the same thing on how they put us in prison. They beat our ass with the pen and all this word and shit on a piece of paper that don't mean a goddamn thing when it get down to the nitty gritty or when the rubber hit the road. It really don't mean nothing. If the country starts to fall or something starts to go on with the country, people gonna put firearms in their hand and they gonna forget about all that shit that's rolled down in DC. Nobody not gonna give a fuck about none of that. The problem with Americans is we worry about what the motherfuckers that's not gonna do the job, we worry about and care about what they gonna say versus keeping their ass safe. That's the problem. I guarantee you, just like he said, some of us still like we ain't supposed. We know this shit is red alert. We not supposed to go there. Somebody, oh, it's beautiful there. We still take our dumb ass over there, and then 2 or 3 motherfuckers get beheaded. And you think them people over there playing? They don't give a fuck what you know, man.
Uh-oh, I think he paused.
What does that mean? Nothing. Right?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, you had went through this zone.
Okay. So this is how I look at it, right? This is how I look at it. Like I said, I talk to me and my brothers. I always talk, but this main brother that's a Marine, I talk to. It's no sense in putting boots on the ground no more. No sense to that, right? If you look up, and we know, for me, from my understanding, you can look up and see how many planes and shit we supposedly got. I'm sure we got more, right? And we got 80,000 of this one plane. 8,000 of this plane, 10,000 of this plane, 30,000 of this plane. I'm not putting no boots on the ground in 2023, 2024. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of your whole fucking country if you think I'm playing with you. No, sir. Listen to what I'm saying.
I hear what you're saying.
Listen to what I'm saying, right? That's why certain people like I say, like Joe, that's talking, Carl, we could never be president. We can't run this whole country or be no head of state like that because of the mind that we have. If you fuck with my country, it's the same way with my block. If you fuck with my country, I'm gonna turn your ass off the bone. You better hope I leave something left. I'm not gonna leave nothing left. I'm gonna wipe your whole shit off the map. I'm not gonna play with you. If I got the capabilities of doing so to wipe your ass completely out and all your people, I'm gonna wipe your ass out. I'm not gonna put no boots on the ground. I'm gonna tell you one time, don't fuck with me. The second time, I'm not gonna ask you, especially with men. I'm gonna tell you the first time, it could be a mistake. The second time, you don't give a fuck, and I don't either. You get the first one. If people start wiping shit out, then it would be different. The same way, like I heard Joe, and I'm not knocking Joe. It's just my opinion. The stuff we can't do on American soil and all that. They wiped out Black Wall Street. They wiped out a whole bunch of different shits on this same soil. They wiped out the Indians' ass too on this same soil. But y'all gonna go and negotiate with a motherfucker supposedly.
I watch this.
Yeah, hey King. But see now, right? I understand what you're saying. America has a bloody history. That's a fact. I don't deny that. Things I did 10 or 15 years ago, I can't do today because of my position and everything else. The things we did 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago, we cannot openly do again because politics is a world game. So you cannot afford to be isolated. You cannot afford to be disregarded. You cannot afford to be shut off. Because if you want to maintain your stature on the block or in the world sphere, you have to have countries that's willing to support you. And one of the things that we don't understand, or we may understand, we may not, we take into disregard. I can't go around slapping everyone with my dick, all right? Because if you do that, everyone's going to gang up on you before you get your hands out. So I can't be a bully because I have to be nice to France because I need to fly over French airspace. I have to be nice to certain companies and give them certain things on the back end because I need to do things on the front end. I need to have a base where I can launch stuff from. Right? A lot of us don't understand the logistics and what it takes to fly a B-1 from Barstow, Louisiana, all the way to Afghanistan.
Right. It takes stock.
The aerial refuelings and everything else
Right.
to do that 36-hour mission. So
right.
I got to be nice to Portugal because I got a base in the Azores, right? I have to be nice to this place or whatever. A lot of shit's done. A lot of stuff's not done in the open. A lot of stuff's done with dirty deals, right? So you just can't go around bombing everyone because now all it takes is one air bomb to land on building B and shit fucking A. Now you're the pariah. Right? Now you got a whole neighborhood, a whole country pissed off at you. They go and join opposition. So
I understand exactly what you're saying. I'm not saying be no bully, right? That's not what I'm saying. The countries that's gonna be on your side gonna be on your side. Now I understand the logistics part, right? I get about the planes. I'm a plane lover, mainly a military plane. My big brother Bud, he can tell you. It's probably not an airplane that I don't know unless they keep it in the hangar and it ain't supposed to be seen. That's just I'm just saying from my mindset in the conversations that me and my brother that's a Marine have. If you fuck with me, right? Like me and Bug, man, we in the gun bros. If you fuck with a gun bro in any kind of way, you're gonna have a problem. You're gonna have an issue. I'm not gonna be worried about what a person can do, what they can. That shit, we'll figure that out later. I'm not gonna worry about that. But I'm gonna let you know what you did, you can't do. We're not gonna tolerate that. The problem is the world done got too soft. That's the first problem. Like I said earlier, the people that's gonna do that shit that you saying, the people that give them orders are worried about what people over here is gonna say, what people over there is gonna say. No. When you go somewhere in a different country and they tell your ass in Dubai, you can't have no weed, you can't have this, you can't have that. I stupid ass still go over there, think them folks playing, then get locked up, and then want somebody to come save you. No, you broke the fucking law. So if they cut your fucking hands off, oh well.
See,
That's how I look at it.
so that right there, that like that instance where someone goes to these countries to break their law, that's a civil matter. It's just like if someone comes here to the U.S., they break our law, we throw them in jail or we deport them.
Right.
That's a civil matter. That's not a military matter,
No, but
right?
what
So
I'm
now,
saying is that if a person is going to do something, right? I'm always playing defense. That's the first thing. I'm always on defense. So if I have to react, I'm gonna react in a certain way, in a certain manner. That's just for any man, and I'm sure any man is gonna react in a certain way. Whether we talk about a man, because it takes men to build up a country or a country. America has started to get soft because they pit-patted with people and all this other shit, and they need to stop that shit. If you're not gonna do nothing about it, keep your nose clean, keep your nose out of it. Stop giving people money if you're not gonna help them go over there and fight the war. Stop doing that shit. That's not we put our nose in business that we ain't got nothing to do. And I understand that it's politics and we might have a couple businesses that need to be over there and all kind of shit. I get all that. But I'm just strictly saying and stating from my opinion, if I was running this motherfucker, it wouldn't be a damn country on this planet that would be fucking with us. They wouldn't be fucking with us like that. And certain shit about Trump, certain shit about Bush, certain shit about Obama. It's a lot of shit I don't like about none of them motherfuckers that get them numbers and go up there.
hey, let me ask this question right here, man. What country is fucking with us?
It's not really no country that's fucking with us. I'm saying
Exactly. So right now we're dealing with non-state actors, and the beauty about being a non-state actor, they don't own any territory. They don't have a GDP where you can go make sanctions and cripple them, and you can embargo their shit and you can blow their shit up. So now, what you're talking about, right? What we're facing right now is an asymmetrical threat. We're not looking at the Russians coming across the Fulda Gap, which everyone's thinking force for force. We have very limited and very discreet warfare. This is the asymmetrical threat that you're dealing with, right? So you have to deal with that appropriately. The
okay, so
responses, hold
what's
on,
the
Let him
asymmetrical
finish.
threat?
Let him finish. Let him
hold
finish.
on. The responses is not going to be something that's on CNN and that's, hey, this is the third day of the Baghdad bombing campaign and everything else. The responses to asymmetrical threats 4 months, 6 months, a year down the road is going to come out. Yeah, hey, Mr. Q, that was believed to be the leader of this terrorist organization. He was whatever. That explosion that rocked the whole city block, he was dead in that. That's how that shit's going to play out when you read into it and you start looking at it. So now you have very, what we call discretionary warfare. So asymmetrical threats you handle asymmetrically, right? So now it's all about plausible deniability and an action that's not attributable to a certain government or whatever. Do you actually think when Iran's centrifuges went offline, that was a fucking fluke?
Nope.
No, I don't think so. But like this is what I understand exactly what you said. This Joe that's talking, right?
Yeah, that's Joe.
Yeah.
Because I'm driving. I understand exactly what you said, right? I get all that. What I'm saying is, just like we have Blackwater and we have all kind of other options. Oh shit, that's the damn dumb truck I've been looking for. I finally seen it. Anyway, they spent about $250,000 on this dump truck and it's right in front of me, bro. But anyway, this is the shit that I'm saying, right? If you come fucking with Bloods, expect Bloods to be in your bushes. If you come fucking with Hoovers, expect Hoovers to be in your bushes. You come fucking with all these different sets of Crips, GDs, Vice Lords, Triad, all these different shits. Let me name some biker gangs.
Hell's Angels, the Mongols,
Hell's right. If you
the Banditos, Texas. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So
right. If
you
you
gonna mess
start
with.
fucking with any of them, you can expect something. It ain't gonna be no walk in the park. It ain't gonna be no verbiage. It ain't gonna be no judge with no gavel and a pen put on your ass and they whooping your ass with that pen and paper. Ain't gonna be none of that. It's not gonna be none of that. I've told my big brother this before. Going to go do some overtime at the job when I worked in the warehouse. The Banditos run Texas. That I know.
Mm-hmm.
I got one of my children's mother used to work at Harley. She still work at. She got her own store now. But the first one, I never seen no shit like that. And I grew up gangbanging. I've never seen 40 and 50-year-old men get to it like that. In the parking lot, broad daylight. And not a fucking cop in sight. No cop came, none of that shit. The problem is, we trying to worry about all of the fallout shit. When if you don't do something, I believe in first strike and first hit, right? If I walk past somebody, I don't fuck with them, I don't like them, it's supposed to be on site, I'm getting my shit out first. I'm not gonna let you hit me first. I'm getting my shit out. And it's just gonna be win, lose, or draw at that point. But what I'm saying is that them three presidents, for me, and I could be wrong, but this is just my opinion. I'm 38. The most gangster nigga that I've ever seen is Junior. That's the most gangsters nigga I ever seen that sit at that head of state.
To my George Bush Jr.
Niggas know who I'm talking about, big bro.
Okay.
If you fuck with his people, if you fuck with him, he gonna do something to your ass. They might say he dumb and all this other kind of shit. If you fuck with him, he gonna do something to your ass. You can bet your bottom dollar. I don't need no nigga that's not gonna be like that. I don't need no. If you gonna be there and you gonna have all that kind of power in your head, and you gonna be sitting up there rubbing hands and you worry about all this other shit, I don't need you to sit there. Yes, I want you to have a mind. Yes, I want you to sit down with your compadres, them 5-star generals, them strategists. Yes, I want you to sit down and do all that. But when it get to the end, and that shit's supposed to hit the road, I want to see results. I don't want no pussy up there in that chair. You got to have some nuts, and you got to have some big nuts. If you don't have them, shit ain't for you. The same with Obama. Hey, he over here. Oh, okay. Nigga sat right there and watched them hit that shit. That's some G shit. That's some shit that I'm saying, hey, I'm not playing with you. I done told you once. I'm not going to keep telling you. I'm not going to cuddle you like you a kid. I'm going to tap your ass. And the tapping that I'm going to give you, you might not like it. You might not be able to deal with it. It's the same thing when we're dealing with our children. If you don't have no discipline with a child, they gonna run astray. God give everything structure. If you break a rule, that's your ass. On the Immortals, if y'all watch the Immortals, the movie, Zeus told his son, there was a God, don't go down there and help the humans. He went down there and helped him. Zeus came down there and killed his ass. I respect a spade as a spade. If you cross a line that I'm pressing and pushing, it's a consequence behind that. We don't let them fringe too long, way too long. We got these motherfuckers in China thinking they can do certain shit. Russia really don't, and they ain't really gonna fuck with us. But Putin is a bad motherfucker though. He a gangster too. He probably one of the last gangsters that we probably gonna see because everybody patting pockets. Everybody want to get paid, man. Want the dead ass folks in their pocket. Don't nobody really want to go to do no war shit. They want the dead folks in their pocket, dog. That's it. And that's when the politics shit started to get in the way. And then when you keep threatening the motherfucker, but you never do nothing, shit, I'm gonna take that threat out. You don't mean that shit. You don't mean that, so I'm gonna keep doing shit, and I'm gonna keep doing it because you ain't gonna do shit. You ain't done shit yet.
I'm gonna ask y'all something though. I'm gonna ask y'all panel something. Hold on, dog. I'm tripping. I'm gonna ask y'all something. When W was in office, did we lose a lot of soldiers?
Yeah,
Joe?
we lost a lot of motherfuckers, but
Right?
he wasn't playing, big bro. He was not fucking playing with them
Joe,
niggas, man.
but I'm gonna ask the question. Joe, did we lose a lot of soldiers to ISIS and IEDs when W was in office?
Yeah,
When Junior was in office, right?
it's a war. You're gonna lose people in the war.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you this question. When Trump was in office, how many people did we lose overseas?
So here's the
he
deal.
brought them
Hold on.
people
Here's the deal
home.
right here. Nah,
Okay.
here's the deal right here. You can't say that because when Trump was in office, we had divested from Iraq, right?
Okay.
We were for the most part, we were out of Iraq.
Mm-hmm.
Majority of our forces left Iraq 2011. Yeah, 2011. Right? Start kicking into Syria. So you can't say because one president didn't lose anyone or whatever. You have to look at your generals, you have to look at the troops on the ground.
Right.
Right? I just want to say, how can I say this? On this panel or in the chat, does anyone know how many kinetic engagements we've had since Biden's been in office?
You know what? That's something I don't know. I can't even tell you that.
And by kinetic engagements, I'm talking about whether we hit them with a missile, whether we went in there and snatched them up, or whether we just, let someone else do it. Can anyone say? Does anyone have any idea?
I don't know. I mean, I can do some research and see. I don't know at this time, but from what I can see, because I know they do shit behind them black curtains that people don't know about. I know they have they own shit that they killing machine that we don't know nothing about, right? But to me, he fucking look fragile as fuck. He look shaky, weak, everything up under that word. But that's not saying that he might not be doing certain shit behind closed doors.
All right, so now you're talking about appearances and what people think versus what's actually happening and going down. I got it. Brazil, Russia, India, China, Saudi Arabia is trying to do their own currency. People have been trying to do that since we've had currency. It's not a big deal. When you start talking about force on force, doing kinetic engagements and everything else, we are still number one. We are still number one. We are still the sought after, preeminent force that people want to train with and people want to be like.
But we need to act like it though.
No, you don't need to act like it. People already know. They already know.
I don't think that in our current state. I don't think that they know like that. I don't think that it's this. I don't think that. In my opinion, I'm gonna let you finish though. I don't think that America has the same fear that they did 20 years ago. Is it some concern? It's will always be concerned. America is one of the superpowers. But is the same fear? No. When I figured out who AQ Khan was, and a lot of people on the panel in the chat, go look up AQ Khan and see who he is, and see who he taught, and see where shit started at with him. But I don't think that people don't have that kind of fear no more. Go ahead, Joe.
So now you're talking about non-state actors, right? So the problem with non-state actors is, hell, I got terrorists living right next to me. I can't prove it, so I can't do anything about it. That's Department of Homeland Security. You got training camps all in North Africa, down south, South America, down south and in the Middle East, right? We're still the most feared, preeminent military in the world. Now, are we gonna make some mistakes? Yeah, because hey, man, everyone takes a L.
What's up, Matt?
What's going on, guys?
You know what I mean?
What's good, man?
Everyone takes a L, and that's
If you
just
don't
a
mind me
fact.
interrupting, what is the topic?
Did you douche? Did you use Summer's Eve or did you use Max and Gill? No, I'm just fucking with you, man. Look how you looking. Now, say, man, the question is, what if what happened to Israel happened here from all these illegal aliens? What would you do?
Can I get some specific detail questions first?
No, it's just a hypothetical. Okay, I'm gonna give you another.
Are we talking like they're actually parachuting in, or are we talking like they walked across?
No,
There's everything, man. Everything,
man. Hold on, man. Wait, man. I'm finna put a little chair on. Now you notice we've been getting so many. I'm gonna mute you for a second, 12. Just when you're ready, just unmute yourself for the background noise. All right, so we finna say like this here. This boy for it. Listen, bro. You got 1,000. You see all these people, the influx of immigrants we just got on the southern border and coming through Canada too. You know, coming through the northern border too. They don't talk about that. But the northern border, they've been securing the northern border, but the southern border been out the chain. So
they're securing it now. You can literally go and look at footage. They're building it as we speak.
So with this being said, 1,000 people done came over here already. So Splinter Cell is 1,000 people in every state in the U.S. right now. And they got the same mission that the guys had in Israel.
They would have a significantly more difficult time here than they would in Israel. Israel has some pretty strict gun laws. Only the military really are allowed to have them. Certain farmers are allowed to have it for, shotguns and certain things for pests, but they're very limited. They're very much like California in that regard. With that being said, I think certain states would struggle with getting things back than some others would. Like, for example, Texas. You would have cops trying to secure the streets, just coming across piles of dead, Hamas fighters, and they would spend time figuring out who killed them, rather than who was killing Hamas. Simply because the only thing they would probably have access to would be civilian grade small arms. I don't know how. It would be almost impossible for them to get access to HE stuff, like high explosive stuff.
Disagree with you on that.
The real stuff that matters.
I'll disagree with you on. I'll let you finish, and then I'll break that part down for you.
They could probably get access to some like small scale, like imball grenades or things like that. But I mean, you're talking lethality at 6 meters. You're not talking about things that are, they're not able to take apart a JDAM or a mortar and use that. That's the stuff we need to worry about. Small arms stuff, I'm not too worried about. They've proven they're not very efficient when people are shooting back at them. So this is all right. It's one of those things that yes, we would get hit a little bit, but our response would be probably 10 to 20 times faster, simply just because of the amount of people here that are armed. In certain states, I mean, you'd have people just putting their precision rifles up on their windows and just looking out, waiting to see someone and taking shots.
Hey, so with that being said, now you're going under the assumption, you're making 3 assumptions. The first assumption, I'm going to go back in reverse. The first assumption is you're making that everyone with a precision rifle, 1, has the skills to hit a moving target, and 2, is willing to take that shot on a moving target, and they're trained to take that shot. I'll give you that one. I mean, shit, I hunt deer. A deer, a person, it's the same thing. Second part is I don't need military-grade explosives to cause havoc and wreak havoc, right? If you remember the V beds and the IEDs, I can go to your local co-op. You should be able to go there and get a case of dynamite. I can go to a construction site and get explosive slurries and everything else, right? I can go down to a regular hobby shop and get that shit too, right? Your remote control rockets, your rocket mortars, I can order that shit online. Now, if you think you're going to send 50,000 people in without a detailed plan to stock up and to get your shit before
They even make it.
before the execution order,
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to go down like that. Second, I don't. Back in World War II, we should drop Liberator guns. All it was a tube and a tin can. It was designed for one shot. Idea was to go up against a German soldier, shoot him, do a battlefield pickup of all the shit that he had on him, right? So that's a still very effective plan. So you have to debunk that. There's a lot of people. There's kids. Shit. My fucking son calls me up. Hey, Dad. When you come to visit me, can we do this? And this is a list of stuff that I need. I'm like, hey, man, no, you can't get that shit. That's a fucking precursor to a medium yield explosive, right? So they have the technology to do it. They've been doing this shit, cooking this shit up in the bomb factories and everything else in the Middle East and Africa, right? Second assumption that we're making is that these guys are going to go kinetic and go force on force. That's a lose-lose. It's 300 million people in the U.S., damn near 500 million guns. Why wouldn't they attack the infrastructure, cut the head off the serpent, and then deal with the body? That's the playbook. And the biggest thing that we're missing is, yes, they went into Israel, but they didn't go into Tel Aviv or anything else. They went into the Gaza Strip, which is sparsely populated. It's farmland that they share with Palestine. It's not like they went into Dallas. They went into fucking, I don't know, Lubbock, Midland, fucking, they went into Ranger, Texas, right? It's a fucking Bucky's truck stop, if that, where the fuck it is. So they didn't go into Israel. They went into the Gaza Strait, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is a territory, which is sparsely populated with kibbutz and everything else. So we have to look at where they went. That's just a fucking confidence target. That's just saying, hey, we got the capabilities of doing this.
Right. You know what, y'all? I got to handle some business with these. I got my grandkids, so I'm gonna have to cut the live short.
And hey, one other thing, right? So as far as just wreaking havoc,
mm-hmm.
take a page out of World War II playbook, the saboteurs. Texas got a lot of oil, gas refineries. Start blowing them bitches up.
Yep, Strategic Oil Reserve. They got one right there in Irving.
Yep.
Texas have a lot of high value targets. I didn't even realize that.
So you start dealing with your infrastructure, right?
Right.
I-40, 35, 10 is in Texas. If I do something strategically to cut off those arteries, what did I just do? And it doesn't have to be big. All I got to do is just shut it down. Just like that fucking fire on the bridge up in Philly, right? If I hijack a tanker, set it on fire, if I hijack 2 tankers, if I hijack 1 tanker with fuel, 1 tanker with ammonium nitrate, what do I got? I got a big-ass fucking V-bed. And that's a vehicle-borne IED. Right? If I hijack 6 trucks, I can shut down, 40, 30, and 10? Or whatever your main interstates are in Texas.
35, 20.
And now everything's compartmentalized. Nothing can really move. I got it. We're going to move shit by air. One of the problems we had when Desert Storm kicked off, we had enough airplanes, just didn't have enough landing strips. So if you're going to be strategic about it, if I do that, if I sever your transportation arteries, I sever some of your infrastructure, your power sources and everything else, I mean, fuck, look what the ice storm did a couple of years to the Texas grid.
Mm-hmm.
And now I take that shit on the road. And if I do it selectively, let's think about this. 2 years ago, when that dude clacked off that V-bed in Nashville, he took down that AT&T hub. That shit wreaked havoc. Because that hub did a lot of shit. It relayed. So if I know where those buildings are at, if I know where the pump houses are at in certain neighborhoods, I'll just go and target those things. I don't
Right.
have to be kinetic.
And what if they go great,
now,
man?
so now we got tactical operation versus a strategic operation.
Right. Hey,
Right.
hold your thought, Joe. We pretty great to go backstage, y'all. Man, I appreciate everybody for coming in the show. I appreciate everybody for commenting, everybody in the comments. I just dropped the link, man. We're gonna go into the back chat a little bit. I got to deal with these grandbabies, so I got to get offline. And man, I appreciate everybody coming in. Y'all support the channel by pressing the like and subscribing. And I forgot to put it in the what's it called, man. If you want to support the channel via monetization, you can hit the Tackleberry Bug 52 $ Tackleberry Bug 52 a Cash App. You can donate to the channel. And man, if nobody told you today, man, God loves you. I'm gonna tell you. If nobody told you, I love you. If you need somebody to talk to, you need an ear, you need some information. And if it's something I can tell you, I can help you with, hit me on our social media platforms, Tackleberry Bug. And if I don't know the answer, I can get it due to the Bug Nation or somebody. If I can't help you, I can point you in the right direction to get the help that you're trying to get. Man, I appreciate everybody, man. Be safe. And I'm going back to the old saying, man. Hey, watch your six, man. Situational awareness is key. And tote your gun. Tote it legally. Get you a legal firearm. Get you training. If you tote a firearm, please get you some type of insurance that you can have, or get you some type of attorney or defense fund for a rainy day, because if you use it, you're going to need it. Trust me. And it gets very, very expensive. Most gun cases, felonies starting at anywhere from $5,000 to $25,000 can get up to $200,000, depending on what your case is. So try to offset that with some type of insurance or something like that. And James, just stay there. We're going to go in the back chat so we can have a real in-depth conversation. And appreciate everybody. Sway, appreciate you for coming in, man. Empress Tail, I appreciate you for coming in. I always salute Queen. You know what I'm saying? And if you didn't know, if you here, you are Bug Nation. So you know what I'm saying? You support the channel, you are Bug Nation. Y'all be blessed. For God first, and have a great night.